we go. Welcome everybody to Final Fantasy XIV Online with Mistwalker Lunara. We are heading into our very first adventure outside New Gridania with our little conjurer. Level 24, what have we got to do? We've got to go by the trial by water, so that's not too bad. Let's have a quick chit chat with Baderon. What is that doing there? Let's pop it up here. All right, Baderon, how you doing? It's probably pirates. Baderon, the proprietor of the Drowning Wench, has need of a capable adventurer. He does he? Nice. All right. I thank you for taking the time to help me out. Now, I'm sure you're busy, so I'll come straight to the point. Word as some suspicious-looking buggers have been sneaking in and out of the Stasha Sea Grot, and I need a trustworthy sort to head up north of Alport and find out who they are and what they're up to. Don't sound like much, I know. But it weren't so long ago as the Fishback's pet pirates paid us an unwelcome visit and folk are feeling a bit nervous. If you would permit me, Master Baderon. Oh, whoops. Let me find the new voice. If you would permit me, Master Baderon, I should be happy to elaborate. Rayna. Well, if it ain't the Chief Yellow Jacket himself. To what do I owe this rare honour, Commodore Rayna? Come to make sure me patrons are behaving, or just thirsty? They're cool. Neither. In fact, I was informed that you had requested an adventurer to assist in my investigation, and I came to offer what information I could sift from recent reports. Over the course of the past moon, there have been several sightings of an unfamiliar vessel off the coast of Aleport in the vicinity of the Isles of Umbra. This information came to my attention no more than a few weeks after a squad of my own soldiers had completed a routine patrol of the region, the Sestasha Sea Grot included. Their search revealed little save that a family of Curls had taken up residence in the caves. Nothing to concern us, in short. In light of recent developments, however, it would seem wise to search Sestasha again. But with the Sahagan testing our defences daily, I am loath to assign the task to the limited forces at my disposal. Our line is stretched as it is. Thus I sought the services of a competent adventurer to conduct an investigation in our stead. Any aid you can offer in this matter would be greatly appreciated. Then it's settled. Sestasha is located in western Lanosia. For more detailed instructions on how to reach the place, I suggest you consult the Melpa. She can be found at the ferry docks on the lower decks. You heard the man. Good luck to you, lass. Right, I heard the man all right. My goodness, what's he think I'm going to do? Take on a dungeon. This will be fun. Rightio, so in Limsa, there are two quests that will unlock some content that you probably want to grab a hold of. Rising to the challenge being the first one, Itolwan is ill-pleased with the carelessness of the wench's customers. We all know how it feels to have had one too many. That's why I'll not fault our patrons for much of what goes on at our tables. But is it too much to ask that they keep their belongings on their person when they leave? It wouldn't bother me so much if half of them didn't show up a week later, ranting and raving as if their drunken heedlessness was somehow my fault. Take this impressive-looking journal right here. As oft used as it seems to be, I've no doubt its owner is tearing up the town searching for his prized possession. Literally take this journal. A stranger he was, a swarthy Rogalan who enjoyed his drink, seemed to be getting on well with one of our regulars, Quentin Aim. Perhaps you could still catch up with him and spare me the headache. I'd offer you a free drink, but last time I did that, Baderon docked my wages. Alrighty. That's the first one we want. The second one we want is this one over here with Sidhobji. Beauty is only scalp deep. Rumours of a dangerous madman about town have Sidhobji ill at ease. You're either a brave woman or a fool friend to be wandering the streets of Limsa tonight, what with a slasher of Fisherman's Bottom on the loose. You've not heard? There's a madman about. Wyatt said he brandishes blades so long and sharp that they could cut a whale. No one's seen any blood yet, but that hasn't stopped the rumours from sending shivers up spines in every alehouse in town. That you're still standing before me tells me you don't scare as easily as the rest. Perhaps you could assist with the investigation. To start with, you might want to look into that scream I just heard outside. Ooh. Okay. Well, let's go visit Quentinane on the way through. Now, when I play, I tend to not just stick to one quest at a time. I do a lot of quests at one time because they tend to be in the same area to complete. Have I seen who? Look, just 'cause I spend more nights in the wench than in me own home, doesn't mean I'm mates with every sod who comes stumbling through the doors. Wait a minute. That bloody book. Why didn't you say so sooner? The tight-assed bastard drained 20 flagons and promptly passed out, leaving yours truly to foot the bill. Said he was heading for Aleport. Aye, where else the scurvy sop? Namaya willing, he's still stranded at the ferry docks, though the gods know it won't help me get me gill back. I wonder if he was going to try and drink the guy under the table now. We need to go where? We need to go to an Etherite. That'll be this way. These lovely lanterns over here. I know. I still get lost in Limsey, just not as often. Radio. Ethernet shard. And we want to go to the Fisherman's Guild. For the Fisherman's Guild, we have Westlade. If you have business with me, be quick about it. My ferry and my next great adventurer await. Well, it's this journal, you see. My journal! Why, I thought I had lost it forever. Pardon my rudeness, friend. Perhaps I should have stopped after 19 flagons. Ha ha ha. Did you steal a glance at its pages, perchance? No? A shame that. For this book contains, how might I say it, a record of my numerous adventures. Quite the inspiring read, if I do say so myself, which I believe I just did. Ha ha. You've the air of an adventurer about you, if one still untested. But take heart, even the most accomplished adventurer, and I speak from personal experience, was once a whelp with more dreams than sense. Were there only some way for me to repay your... But of course, I've a fresh journal right here that might as well have your name on it. Why not keep a record of your own, that one day we might regale each other with stories of our deeds? I wonder if we ever get to see Westlade again. And with that, I shall be off for adventure, and a flagon or 20 of the realm's finest ale calls me. Fare you well on your journey, and next time you find yourself at the wench, do thank that Ellison fellow for his generosity. Ah, yeah, that was mean. All right, I'm a conjurer. We're going to need a little bit of ether. Let's grab some of that. When you're casting heavily, sometimes you run out of MP. You now have access to the challenge log, which will serve as a record of your adventuring exploits. To open it, select logs from the main menu, followed by challenge log. Alright, in your challenge log. The challenge log contains a list of adventuring objectives across a wide range of categories. Completing any one of these objectives will earn you rewards. Completion status is reset on a weekly basis, and it is possible to undertake the challenges repeatedly. Each unique challenge you complete counts toward the overall completion category. Pardon me. All right, apologies. The overall completion category, which yields additional rewards. As you progress in level and advance in the scenario, more challenge objectives will become available, giving you the chance to garner richer bonuses. Alrighty. Now, the reason I wanted to do that, if you go down to your main menu, I think on controller you've got a main menu. You go across from character to duty to logs. You come down to your challenge log, which is usually the last thing on the list. And you'll see this whole list of stuff. These stuffs that are grayed out, you'll unlock these as the game continues. But these ones that aren't grayed out, you have categories that you can now complete. So we have battles. We can do guild tests. I'm not sure I can get a run with one, but we can give it a shot in a little bit though, because we're going to do one other thing first. In your fate, so these are fates you can complete. Now the rewards are XP and gold for each challenge. Lev quests, you also have the same, and crafting and gathering. This is where your crafting and gathering comes into play. earns you extra gold along the way. So if you're a new player and you're not onto the or you're a player that doesn't do a lot of work on the boards with your retainer, then this is one way for you to earn some extra gold. The big wins though are down in complete. When you complete a challenge up here and all of that's full, you go down to here, you'll see if you complete 5 unique challenges, you get 10,000 gold. 10, another 10,000. 15, another 10,000. So there's 30,000 gold sitting right there waiting for you to complete, waiting for you to pick it up each week. Which is kind of handy for a new adventurer who's looking for gear, which reminds me, what is my gear like? Go to C for character. I play keyboard and mouse with no add-ons, so if you're on controller, I'm not quite sure what that key is. Apologies. All right, our gear level's 13 for level 24 character. That's not great. It's not terrible. But it's not great. We can do Sestasha with that and survive it. Rightio. The other one we want to do is we want to speak to the disgruntled madam, and I should have done that while I was upstairs, so I'll just zippity-doo back to the aft castle. Alright, in the aft castle, we're going to go back into the drowning wench, because on our map, the disgruntled madam is over here. So we're going to just zip into, we don't even need to go into the wench, to be honest. We could just zip straight across here. And around the corner. And we're going to talk to the disgruntled madam. Oh no. Here we go. Now, if you're into fashion, you actually do want to do this particular quest. So this is Beauty is Only Scalp Deep. It unlocks once you've completed your envoy quests. What are you waiting for? That's him, the slasher. Apprehend him, toss him in jail and throw away the key. Or gut him and feed his lifeless body to the sharks for all I care. Just do something. Woe is me. Whatever did I do to deserve this cruel fate? For 6 moons I saved every last gill of my husband's hard-earned wage, foregoing new shoes, a new purse, sometimes even food for our children, all in anticipation of this day. She what? What's so special about today, you ask? Why, this day marks the arrival of a world-renowned aesthetician in Limsa. My endless patience and self-control were to be rewarded with a hair-raising transformation that would have every fashion-conscious Laminsan oohing and ahhing in admiration. Instead, I find myself accosted by this lecherous lout. Speaking of which, weren't you doing something about it? Go ahead. Have your way with him. I doubt he has anything to say for himself. Alright, every quest like this has a little bit of a clue as to what you're going to need to use. It gets more direct once you get up into here, but we'll get to that in a minute. Alright, express doubt as to the flustered man's intentions, which means we need to talk to this nice chap. Oh, no matter what I say, all I receive are accusations and looks of horror. I swear this is not what it seems. Do you doubt me too, friend? So if you forget what you're meant to be doing, he'll tell you as well. So /DOUBT. Make sure he's highlighted when you do it, otherwise it won't work. Oh, the ignominy of it all. Of course you take her side. For shame. Is there not one sympathetic ear in this entire nation? An artiste of my renown should be welcomed with open arms and a 21 cannon salute. Instead, I'm branded a criminal, the tools of my trade, nay, the extensions of my very soul, ripped unceremoniously from my person like barnacles from the side of a frigate. I will not last long in my weakened state. No, even as we speak, the world around me grows dim. With my dying breaths I speak unto you 3 names, 3 kind souls who may yet put right what has gone so frightfully wrong. Forge Master Hananza of Naldik and Vermelis, Guildmaster Beaton of the Gridanian Carpenters Guild, and Severian at the Alchemists Guild in Uldar. If there is an ounce of compassion in you, seek them out, and tell them Jandalane sent you. When my soul is restored, and my name rightfully cleared all of Minza, nay, the entire realm will sing your praises, for I, Jandalane, am none other than the Right, he seems to be in a little bit of a problem there, poor fella. So we now have 3 people to go to go visit. Hanan's is actually really easy to go get. Let's go find him. Find her. Sorry, her. We'll get there. Go for a bit of a jog. Back to where the Etherite is located. Hang a hard right. Run up the stairs. Look for the place with the glowing windows because of the forges inside and also the armorer's helmet and the blacksmithing anvil. You'll want to get to know these later as you develop your crafters, if you're into crafting and maybe even if you're not. So let's let's go and check out Finanza, our guildmaster. Dandelion sent you. Let me guess, the balmy fool's lost his tools. Pardon me, the appendages of his very soul again, and is thrashing and tossing like the end of days is nigh. The man brings it on himself. If he toned down the theatrics and went about his work like an earnest craftsman, I dare say he'd save himself these misunderstandings. No, I've not a whit of sympathy for the fool. You, however, have my pity indeed for having to play audience to his whinging. Any road, this should shut him up for a while. Tell him if he loses these, I'll graft the next pair into his bloody hands. Ooh, angry craftsman. Awesome. I'm leaving a lot of the quests for the moment because as you pick up more jobs and classes, it's kind of handy to have a quest or three to kick them off and build up their XP. So we're just leaving them. Unlike the first time I played this game where I picked up every quest I could lay my claws on in sight. It didn't prove to be a mistake. It's just one other way of playing. All right, you'll see these purple opportunities. These are your opportunities to pick up a new job or craftsman. We're avoiding them for the moment, much as it burns, but we're going to do it. And we are going to head on. Where are we going now? We're going to head on to Aleport, which means we need the Fisherman's Docks. I am already there. Okay, because I want to add Sestasha to my I want to add Duty Finder to my list of things I can do to level up. It's kind of handy to have around. Let's talk to Vermelpa. You're here about Commodore Rayner's investigation. Then you'll want to board the ferry for Airport. Once you arrive in western Lanosia, though, you'd best pay a visit to the Hall of the Novice before you blunder into Sestasha. The Adventurers Guild runs the hall, and the folk there will prepare you, train you with the skills you need to face the dangers undoubtedly waiting for you in the Seagrove. The hall is on the way to Sestasha, just north of Aleport. Head inside, and one of their seasoned adventurers will take you in hand. Best of luck to you, my friend. Rightio. Well, in that case, I best speak with the ferry skipper, because I don't think I've unlocked Aleport yet. Let's go onto the map. That's not going to help me. That was a daft idea. Let's go into our teleport. Teleport will tell us what we've unlocked. Clearly, there is nothing in Lanosia except Limsa, so let's rectify that, shall we? Raranasu. Purchase passage to Aleport. This ferry is bound for Aleport. Are you riding with us? I certainly am, my friend. Also, if you're ever short of gil and you can't afford to actually just teleport to the Aleport Etherite, speaking with Raranasu only costs you 40 gil. And you can do that. First thing we're going to do when we hit Aleport, don't do what I do and speak to the Levmet. Because if you do, you'll be like me, maybe, and you'll probably forget to actually unlock your Etherite. Always annoying. Let's grab this thing while we can. Now we should have 2 teleport destinations in Lanosia. Let's just check that. Beautiful. We'll expand our repertoire as we go along. Unlock the Chocobo Keep. Those things are useful. Mostly. Another cheap way to get around the realm. Well met, traveller. Do not tell me this is your first visit. I won't, but can you put my name down in your book? Alright, if we wanted to hire this Chocobo person, they would take us to Limsa for 30 gil. So that undercuts the ferryman by a little bit. Depends how penny pinching you want to be. The other thing we want to do when we're here is we want to unlock our levs. Now, we didn't need to do levs of Swift Perch, which is what you'll do if you start in Limsa. We did our levs of Bent Branch, which means we've unlocked every lev met in the city-states, all of the city-states, Vanland, Lanosia, and the Blank Shroud. So let's unlock this one. So we've unlocked the ability to unlock them. I know, that makes a lot of sense. It does really, honestly. Okay, Orwin, the Adventurers Guild representative for local Lev quests in Aleport, is seeking an adventurer to undertake guild Levs. Woohoo! You may need a work, lass. Name's Orwin, and I'm representative of the Adventurers Guild. Notice the hat? It's a very fine hat. I keep a record of tasks what locals need doing, then dole them out to adventurers what look capable. Now you look capable, but the last sod I reckon was tough enough, got his face bit off by a bleeding wharf rat. You need to prove to me you can handle me jobs. Take a look at this here task. Does it seem like somewhat you could do? Tail in tow, Memaroon likes sparkly shinies. Memaroon walks to manlands to trade goods for shiny sparklies, but Memaroon cannot be going home. Memaroon afraid bad bandits will be taking Memaroon sparklies. Is there not kind adventurer to keep Memaroon safe? Memaroon shares shinies to keep Memaroon safe. We'll take it. We will. Poor Memaroon. All right then. You need to beckon to your client, Memaroon, to help lead him to his destination. Now this one's annoying if you have to type /BECKON into your chat every time. So we'll do something in a minute. Use the beckon emote to lead your client safely to the destination. You may find it convenient to add the emote to your hotbar before beginning the guild lev, which is exactly what we're going to be doing. So you go into your main menu, you go across to social, come down to emotes. And if you want to find beckon without actually looking through the list of emotes, because I mean that is a long list, just go into your search bar and type it in here. And then hit enter, because that kind of helps. Grab this beckon emote here, so left mouse button down, hold it. I tend to put my emotes down in this bar down here, that's why it's visible. And there we go. Now I've also noticed I'm forgetting to, I haven't eaten my raisins this morning. No breakfast leads to a grumpy adventurer? No, not really. Basically, you want to eat because you'll get this well-fed emote. Now in this case, this is spellcaster food. So you'll get plus 3% XP, which is why we're eating anything in sight. Your spell speed will go up by plus of 8% to a maximum of 2. Your vitality is +1 and your direct hit rate is +1. So that's kind of helpful to have running. That thing runs for 30 minutes. There's a little counter up here in this area. Ooh, a fate and little half moons over goblin heads. I wonder if a conjurer can handle this fate. Let's find out. We're inside the blue circle. The level sync thing has come up. A band of goblins turned away from Aleport is taking out its frustrations on the hamlet by blockading its entrance. Put the creatures down so that business may carry on as usual. Well, if I'm going to escort, I don't want them in the way, do I? Level sync, because I'm too high a level. We're going to take them on one at a time because, well, they like to throw stuff at you. And they've got bad tempers. And this way, hopefully we won't get inundated because our casting time is a little slow. So, put my dot on so that damage over time, so that I've got a little bit of extra health as we run. I do need better gear. Desperately. Let's go with this one. How are we going? The object is to fill this little bar up. Whoops. By doing the thing. Not forget which spell you've already cast, because that's embarrassing. Alrighty. So we're going to hit them with a few tons of rock. The land calls to us, it does. Arrow. And this will help us also get our rotations in before we hit a dungeon, which is kind of handy to have. Let's grab that one. Not to mention, it'll be the first little part of our hunting log, our challenge log that we've done, which is kind of good as well. I could do with an extra grand in my pocket. What do you reckon? I mean, we're going to be buying gear, so we definitely need another grand. Whoops. Don't stand there, lady. With a paladin or a warrior that has an area attack, you might want to get in amongst it. If you think you can handle it, remember that your level will be synced. So, but with a caster that can only do single attacks, you kind of want to minimize the number of opponents. Whoops, that was not good. But I know. I still haven't got my slide step perfected. Give me a couple of hours. We're good. Turkey. That's a slide step, if you're wondering. Make sure you finish them off. Sometimes you can leave your arrow to take care of them. Just not all the time. You're getting a little close to the others. Let me just chicken up over here. The other thing you want to do is you want to stay inside the blue circle. If you step out of it, what will happen is you will unlock, you'll step out of the fate, which means that you won't be able to hit the fate targets, which is kind of annoying when you're trying to complete it. Because you have to resync in order to hit them, which means you'll have to step back into the fate. How are we going? I think we've got about 2 or 3 more to go, and then we'll have finished the fate. Did he just stab me? That's just rude. So the trick with the slide step is you've got to get a certain amount of time through your casting, and you've got to somehow time that so that you're not in the space for the effect when it goes off, which actually makes it kind of a bit of fun. Nope, we done it. Alrighty, he does target me back. 2,880 XP and 30 gold coins. Let's now we're inside this green circle. Okay, every lev comes up as a green circle, provided it's in this list here. So now we know we're in the right spot. By hovering over it, you see which lev you're doing. So we're doing tail in tow. In order to start it, so when I first started, I tried clicking on the levs of, I think it was, it's a long time ago. I started doing levs, and the first lev I did, I tried clicking on this, and it was frustrating because it wouldn't tell me what I needed to do. You actually go down to the lev, tail in tow, click on the orange so you bring up the description, and you need to go down here to this little button that says initiate. Click that, go OK. We're a long way above the level of this lev, but we're going to unlock them anyway. They'll come in handy later. And it's just easier to do it at this stage of the game than to do it when you're waiting for anything in Duty Finder. Kind adventure keeps Memorin safe? Come then, keep Memorin safe then. Naggy little monster. Okay, Beacon has a range. I think this is about it. On the board you'll see Memorin as a little yellow square. You'll see every other Lev Quest target as a little yellow square, and if you keep an eye out you might even get to see some bonuses. Let's beckon Memorin and get him moving. Oh, he's too far away. Oh, I do that every time. About here. So you have a look at the distance on the mini-map to help you gauge how close you are, and the game will tell you if you're too far away. Irritating thing. Let's run up again. About to here. Beckon him this way. We're playing with fire. We're actually risking this guy getting a bit antsy. Alright. Now, while Memorin's moving up to us, he won't follow us over here. We're just going to drag this guy over here because he's annoying. He will attack the person that we're trying to protect. And we don't want Memorin inside any area effects that he might throw. He's also about the right distance away from our next beacon. You need to retarget Memorin, whack your beacon on, and get the little widget to move towards you. Let's go. Alright, keep half an eye out on things. Oops. And we go. I know, I'll get there eventually. So this is one of those things, whenever you get to a new town, adding in unlocking the levs is fairly important. You don't need to constantly retarget once you've got him targeted until you change target. You can just keep calling him. You just have to guess how far away he is. I use the I use the mini map for that. Don't click on the mini map or you get a great big map right in your way. About there. Square that far. Right, now I'm watching the mini map because it's the first place I'm going to see trouble like that. I just wanted to pull him a little bit further away from where Memaroon was. So the your Lev opponents will spawn in behind you or behind the person you're trying to protect. If you're not watching him, they'll beat the tar out of him and you'll fail your Lev, which is annoying. Retarget, beckon. Now he will keep coming towards you even when you move. He'll just stop at the point you beckoned him from. And we're going to use that to our advantage. Okay, the distance covered is 80%. Let's get this Galeborn Buccaneer. Now, keep a very close eye on your mini-map at this point because the game likes to spawn enemies. It's a pain in the neck. Memaroon, of course, will just watch you and hope you'll keep his sparkly shinies safe. Now, is he in range? That's the question. Yes. And it does like to have a sting in the tail. So, usually at this point, you find someone. You've guided Memaroon to safely. Memaroon is safe. Sparklies are safe. Should Memaroon share the sparklies? Absolutely, Memaroon. Let's return to the Lev Met at Aleport. This is why I wasn't worried about being pulled out of position. You can always return to a Lev Met after you've completed a Lev, so that's good. Completed the task, have you? Then you only need to collect your reward. A bonus has been awarded based on difficulty. A bonus has been awarded based on speed of completion. Alright, we didn't get as much as we would normally, but we did get some leather crackhouse that we can't wear. I reckon you're tough enough to take on the rest of me Levs. Aleport's an important hub for trade in the region, and there's no shortage of tasks to be had. I look forward to seeing you make a difference here, adventurer. And then we get XP for his quest. Now he has a normal symbol above his head, which I shall promptly ignore. We're not leveling yet. When we level, you'll see a lot more levs done. Unless, of course, we wanted to do our challenge log. Which I'll pop over here, just for the minute. So under fates, we've completed one fate. And under Lev quests, we've completed one Lev quest with one plate. I forgot to point out the plates are the little pictures that come up when you start the Lev quest. We're going to go and head on with our main story quest though. It'd be nice to say that we get to the new content that's going to release on the 28th of April, but we're probably not going to because it's a very long journey. Well worth the effort, but a very long journey. Ah, you must be the adventurer of whom the Yellow Jacket sent word. I hear you are to brave the depths of the Sestasha Sea Grot. The occupants of those caves are rumoured to be as numerous as they are bloodthirsty. No matter what the epic tales would have you believe, strolling into such a den of savagery alone would be the height of foolishness. No, you shall need companions. And you shall need the training we here at the Hall of the Novice can provide. I strongly suggest that you study the fundamentals of group combat before continuing on your mission. The smith here oversees the training schedules. Speak with him and you can register for exercises tailored to your particular field of expertise. There are different exercises for DPS, healers, and tanks. We're going to do the healer one. We might do the DPS one later. It all depends. I tend to only do them once though. When you've mastered all that our masters have to teach, then it will be time to head north once more. Report to the Yellow Jacket Scout at the mouth of the Sestasha Sea Grot, and he will furnish you with the details of your duty. Hall of the Novice membership granted. Woohoo! You have access to the Hall of the Novice. Designed especially for your chosen role, these solo exercises will teach you the ins and outs of party combat. You may access them at any time, either by selecting Hall of the Novice from the duties section of the main menu, or by speaking with any of the smiths found in the Adventurers Guilds across Eorzea. Complete these exercises to receive a set of gear that will aid you on your journey. I am prepared for the Hall of the Novice. Do not forget to tick the box. It's frustrating if you don't. Here we go. We will do these. These take a little bit of time. They're worth the effort. Let's get them done. According to my records, you've yet to fully complete your training. You are under no obligation to finish the final exercise, of course, but there is much to gain and naught to be lost in the attempt. Hall of the Novice offers training exercises for party combat. Upon completing these exercises, you will receive brand new gear for your chosen role, as well as the brand new ring, which increases XP earned by 30% until level 30. Alright. Healer Training Exercise 1. Avoiding Area of Threat Attacks. Let's go. We will get gear. We're probably a little bit over-geared for this, but that's okay. Let's go. Commence. Makes me jump every time. Now, there's no way to speed up the speech in here. You just have to put up with it. Do I have your full attention? Then let us proceed. This training exercise focuses on evasion. An enemy often tips his hand just before a big attack, so you must learn when to adjust your position. Success hinges upon your ability to avoid being struck. Any questions? We can begin as soon as you're ready. And he won't let you begin until that box goes away. Right click. Your preparations are complete then. Begin the training exercise. The training exercise is now underway. Watch your opponent carefully. When you see an attack coming, move out of the strike zone. You'll be facing me first. I won't hold back, so be quick on your feet. Very nice. You're doing wonderfully. So basically, this teaches you to watch out for the orange puddles, which is kind of important when you're in a dungeon. Time I switch to a new technique. Better change your stance, miss. Very nice. You're doing wonderfully. Now it's my turn. I'll teach you not to ignore a ranged opponent. She just wants to fireball me. Very nice. You're doing wonderfully. Three. Now you must evade both attackers at once. Oh, this will be fun. Think you can dodge us both? Hey, you cheating widget. Remain calm and watch for the signs. So basically, as soon as the chain releases, you can move. Make your life easier and don't run around too much. There we go. Congratulations, the exercise is complete. Come to see me for your reward. Okay. Good show. Learning to avoid the obvious attacks is a skill all adventurers need. Those who insist on standing still won't long survive the profession. And speaking of survival, perfecting each of my lessons will earn you a piece of equipment to aid you in your chosen role. Should you decide you'd like to have a more versatile wardrobe, simply repeat the same lesson with the other masters to receive armor suited to their specialties. That's all for now. I hope this lesson will serve you well in your adventures. Alright. Now normally when we receive a piece of gear, the first thing we do is hit C. We hit our recommended gearbox, and yes, we're already wearing gauntlets that are level 21, so a level 17 gear won't help. And in this case, we've actually overgeared to a point where the reward from the smith isn't going to help us much. But if you're like many people and you're about level 15 when you hit this guy, it's really handy to have. And besides that, the gold's nice too, and the XP. According to my records, yes. Healer Training Exercise 2. Heal an ally. Alright, ready for the spiel. Let's go. Do I have your full attention? Then let us proceed. I know, I click it to try and make it go faster, but it won't. When it comes to your place in the party, you are the soothing wind of restoration. As such, rather than engage the enemy directly, your primary role is to focus upon the mending of wounds. With the support of your diligent healing, your party will prevail against even the most savage of foes. Now that you understand what is expected, we can continue with the lesson. The upcoming exercise requires that you keep your ally healed. Provide support, defeat the enemy, and victory will be yours. Any questions? We can begin as soon as you're ready. I'm ready. No. And basically you wait for that little circle to spin out and then you toddle down, right click on him and tell him that your preparations are complete and begin. Alright, so this is going to take us through about 5 exercises. Apologies for the slow, it's worth doing. The training exercise is now underway. Your primary concern should be healing your allies. Don't stand behind the tank if you're a healer. Most of the attacks are directed at the tank. Okay, so make sure he stays healed. DPSing is another function that you do, but it's kind of, just get this part down pat. Your ally is faulting. You must cast Cure and swiftly. So if you do something else, the training guy doesn't like it. So just heal for this activity. Get fancy when you're in a dungeon. Or, you know, a fate. And it doesn't look like I got to put the status on that guy anyway. So yeah. So this is an exercise in just being patient. It will get more complicated later on, but this is aimed at people who've not played the game for 2,000 hours. However, every new character you make has the opportunity to do this. There we go. Congratulations, the exercise is complete. Come see me for your reward. It's also a good refresher. If you haven't played a healer in a while, it's a good refresher. Well done. A focused healer is a boon to any party. Trust me, if you forget that you're healing, your tank dies, you remember pretty quick that you should be healing. Even when it's safe to attack, always keep an eye on your allies' health. That's all for now. I hope this lesson will serve you well in your adventures. 1440 XP, 200 gold, and a nice pair of brand new thigh boots. Now if you look down the bottom, you'll see they are not desynthesizable, which means that you can use them for glams later on. So they're actually pretty nice to look at. I'll put the costume on in a bit when we're done. They match well with most things. It's actually a pretty nice looking outfit. Have a quick chat with the smith again, who tells me we haven't completed the training. Healing training exercise number 3, healing multiple allies. Begin. I'll never get used to that sound. It makes me jump every time. Most times. Do I have your full attention? Then let us proceed. In this next exercise, you will be healing multiple allies. Battle is chaotic, and you must needs learn flexibility. Thus, you'll find yourself in a scenario in which sudden reinforcements threaten your party. You will need to stay alert and switch your attention between allies as the situation demands. Provide support, defeat the enemy, and victory will be yours. Any questions? We can begin as soon as you're ready. Click on the little munchkin, the Master of Magics. Your preparations are complete? Absolutely. This is exercise 3. Get there, I think there's about 6 altogether. So I'm going to just position myself so I'm not behind the tank. Not that it matters here, but I can also see both allies and they're both in range. Alright. Let's drop a heal on this guy. Drop an arrow on this guy if I can. Good. Heal this guy. 7. I know, I forgot which button I was pressing. 7 on this one. And 1 on that. And the 7 on this one. So it's a really good activity for relaxed task switching. Well, okay, semi-relaxed task switching, because you don't want to fail it. Your ally is faltering. Will you stop stressing out, buddy? We got this. Maybe. We'll just top up the archer. She's not under threat at the moment, but maybe we'll get another opponent in. We'll top this one up as well. Another enemy has appeared. You must switch between the two. I know, the Master of Magics gets a little bit panicky if you start to let your allies drop. Top up the guy getting hurt most first. Top up the archer just in case they start getting hurt again because they're like that. And then we're done. Duty complete. Alright, Master of Magics. Spreading one's heals amongst many can be a trying task. To succeed in your role, however, you must learn to quickly assess who is most in need of mending. That's all for now. I hope this lesson will serve you well in your adventures. A lot of people say your only job is to look after the tank as a healer. That's a crock. You need to look after your DPS as well, because otherwise they can't stop your tank from being hurt. They're the ones who reduce the threat the most. So you've got to keep an eye on both your tank and your healer when you're in the dungeon. But you do have to be aware your tank will cop the most damage, and if you can't safely switch to a DPS to heal them, don't. It's the risk of being a DPS. You're second on the list. Keep yourself healed up as well. A lot of healers try and forget to heal themselves, and then when they fall down, so does the rest of the party. So you're actually fairly responsible for yourself as well as everyone else. According to my records, healer training exercise number 4. Let's go. That is a very nice coat actually that you get too. Duty commenced. Do I have your full attention? Then let's proceed. For this exercise, you will learn to heal whilst avoiding harm. Good skill to have. As before, you must watch for signs for being attacked, move swiftly, and time your casts to avoid interruption. Success will be a matter of combining lessons already learned. Provide support, defeat the enemy, and victory will be yours. Any questions? We can begin as soon as you're ready. Your preparations are complete then. You'd better believe it. Okay, this will be a little more interesting. The training exercise is now underway. Avoid enemy attacks and heal your allies. If you are hit 5 times, we shall start again from the beginning. Let's avoid that, shall we? Can't target them yet. Rightio. I did nearly miss that. I think I got hit that time. No, I didn't. Okay. I think our axe-wielding training partner that mage is a menace. Can I get you now? I can't target the mage. That's annoying. Oops. Yeah, we weren't going to dodge that one quick enough. Congratulations, the exercise is complete. Come see me for your reward. So this is where you start to learn your slide step in earnest, because it's handy to have. Nice footwork. Be wary of those foes cunning enough to target the source of healing. That's all for now. I hope this lesson will serve you well in your adventures. This is a really nice coat. And be leveled. Yes. Alrighty. Let's go again. According to my records, the final exercise. Let's go. I really enjoy the training exercises. I missed them for a long time with my first character, and it wasn't until I looked at them until that thing started to come together. We come to the final training exercise. As the culmination of your training, all the skills you've acquired will be put to the test. Put your lessons into practice and you'll do just fine. We can begin as soon as you're ready. I might have upped the volume a little bit much. There we go. Alright. Oh, I do have to tell him I'm ready. That's right. Your preparations are complete then? Yes. Otherwise he begins that spiel all over again. Oh dear. Okay, let's get in range of both people we need to heal. And also so we can see the battlefield a bit better. As always, healing is your primary concern. Attack only when it is safe to do so. And when no one needs you. Let's put an arrow on him so damage over time happens. He's about to get swatted. Make sure he's healed. Attack that. What are you doing, you crazy archer? Okay. One of the things I like about Final Fantasy is I can target my partners by actually clicking on their names rather than trying to maintain line of sight of them in the field when they could be in the midst of things. I don't want to be that far down, to be honest. Let's grab this one. Oh. You know, every other battle that archer stays right up the back. But in the healer trials, she gets right into it. Leave my people alone. I don't have any area... No, I don't have... Oh, wait a minute. I'm an idiot. I do have area heals. Excuse me. Let's try again. Shits. That didn't do anything. Okay. Your last opponent looms. This one packs a wallop. Stay on your toes. Gladiator. So I'm making it not worth this monster's while to down to 4, arrow that again. Ah. The end is in sight. Be sure your allies survive the battle. I am. Just keep your britches on. Whenever you see a tank getting lined up for a big hit like that, always make sure that you top him up. You just got to time it, ow, so that the healing occurs just before or just after the hit strikes, and you've got to top him up again. Alrighty, let's have a quick chat with our Master of Magics. That's our training done. Woohoo! I knew you were ready for the challenge. Here, I bestow this gift upon all who complete my training course. The brand new ring, item level 30. 2000 XP, 300 gil, not bad. That whole training session is worth about 1100 gil, so takes a little bit of time, not much. Let's just go see. We can put this on, can't we? Yeah. Alright, to basically your brand new gear, to give you an idea of what it looks like. I don't have any headgear for it. Sure. Yep. So just from the body. Grab the robes. Grab the gloves. Grab the pants. Come here. Grab the boots. Okay. So, if I just grab my C for character. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Even with a daft hat, that is quite a nice set of gear to have. Alright. Now, it's non-desynthesizable, which means you can't break it down for its component parts, but you can use it as a glam. We're not going to update our gear. We're just going to put back on the stuff that we need. Ugly as it is, we're going to actually favor survival over looking good. I know, I'd say forgive me, but really, I'm not sorry in many ways. You can be a good-looking corpse, or you can survive. Take your pick. Be good looking when it's safe to be. Just don't be a corpse. Yellow jacket. Now, you don't have to do those training exercises. You can skip them entirely, and I have done in the past. But they're worth doing from the point of view of refreshing your skills and getting a little bit more confident with your skills, learning to what to look for on the battlefield if you're not used to it, and getting a nice set of gear to dress your character in if fashion is your thing, and it might be later. Please tell me you're here on yellow jacket duty and not some daft sod out for a stroll. I can't take any more of this blasted waiting. You are? Thank the gods. I assume you already know about the ship seen slipping around the Isles of Umbra. We've been on the lookout for pirate activity ever since that vessel was sighted, thinking a crew of cutthroats might have a den nearby. So when we received word that men of questionable quality had been seen passing in and out of Sestasha, we weren't entirely surprised. I've yet to see them for myself, but if this lot belongs to those fishback-fancying serpent reavers, well, you can imagine the panic it'll cause. The kidnappings are still fresh in people's minds. Anyway, your task is to poke around in the caves and find out exactly who we're dealing with. While you do that, I'll be keeping watch out here, praying you don't spot any blue-faced tattoos. Indeed. Blue-faced tattoos, you reckon? Sestasha now accessible. Oh no. Duty finder now accessible. Duty overview. Duty calls. A dungeon beckons. Enlist the aid of allied players and NPCs alike to slay monsters, solve mysteries, and defeat the mighty boss lurking in the depths. Conquering dungeons is not only a time-honored tradition of adventurers, but it also progresses the main scenario and tests your prowess at a given class or job in a timed environment. Intimidated? Fear not, dear adventurer, for with a little guidance you too shall be clearing dungeons with confidence in no time. As a healer, you're joking me. Anyway, into the depths. 2 ways to adventure. You may challenge a dungeon via 2 different methods, by calling upon the support of trusty NPCs or by pooling your talent with other players, be they best friend or first acquaintance. No matter how you form your party, the trials that await you will be comparable in difficulty and experience. I beg to differ, it's actually harder to do it with NPCs than players. In other words, the wait is worth it. Into the depths. No matter how independent and capable you may be, a dungeon is too mighty a challenge to overcome on one's own. By choosing duty support when accessing the entrance of any applicable dungeon, you will summon a balanced team of skilled NPCs to support you on your path to glory. Just don't forget them once you're rich and famous, yes? After choosing to challenge a dungeon with NPCs via duty support, a party that perfectly complements your current class or job will automatically be created for you. All that's left is to select register for duty and you will be battling monsters in no time. I forgot to do this. So what I've been trying to remember to do is put in like points in the chat part so that you guys know where I'm at. Oh, which is annoying. Give me a minute. Of course, I keep forgetting that to go into my own chat via OBS. I need to sign into that as well as everything else. All right, look, I'm going to faff about with that later. I'll just have to put things into chat. Okay, hang on a minute. Mild break in the programming. Well, I just fixed something up that I forgot to do earlier. Yes, that is my annoyed voice, which is better than my annoyed voice with a stronger accent of somewhere else. All right. Well, it wants all the things today. Oh, there we go. No, there we don't go. What are you doing, Twitch? I know. It's having a hissy fit with OBS. All right. Nearly there, I promise. Oh, right. Now I'll put that comment in. We're in the middle of actually reading the duty overview before what will be our first dungeon. After choosing to challenge a dungeon, we've read this bit. After choosing to challenge a dungeon with NPCs via duty support, a party that perfectly complements your current class or job will be automatically created for you. All that's left is to select Register for Duty, and you'll be battling monsters in no time. Into the depths, Duty Finder. They say a burden shared is a burden halved, and with Duty Finder you can split that burden amongst a team of players who smoulder with the same passion for adventure as you do. No need to recruit such teammates yourself. The Duty Finder's matching system will automatically group players according to chosen challenge and other criteria, guaranteeing a balanced and invigorating cooperative experience for all. Once you've been matched with a party, you'll be notified by a bracing sound that the time for battle is at hand. Simply select Commence, and you and your comrades will be delivered unto the fray. Remember, the adventurers with whom you are cooperating are fellow players. Take advantage of the full and varied strengths your group possesses by communicating respectfully and often. As your journey progresses, more and more dungeons will become available until you find yourself master of a sea of tribulations overcome. But don't let completion deter you from challenging your favorite duties again. Simply open Duty Support to play through dungeons you've cleared, or use the Duty Finder to do the same with dungeons not yet supported by the NPC party system. No matter your craving, you're guaranteed to find an adventure to satisfy. While this introduction of dungeons has no doubt been immortalized within the hallowed halls of your mind, if you find yourself in need of a refresher, you may access tutorial information again by selecting the question mark icon in the Duty Support or Duty Finder windows. A true adventurer knows the meaning of duty. Secure your legacy by fulfilling yours. Down the bottom little checkbox, I understand what I must do. Yes, now we can go play in a dungeon. All right, entrance. Okay. Our first dungeon sign up. Basically, when you unlock a dungeon, you'll see this little column of light, very similar to the duties you get to in other quests. Let's enter Sestasha. Well, we can either enter Sestasha with a party of NPCs, but it's not as much fun as entering Sestasha with a party of other players. So we'll click on that. This will bring up Duty Finder. I'll show you how to find that in a little bit. And it will tell us a little bit about Sestasha. After a period of relative silence following the calamity, the Serpent Reavers have once again taken to terrorizing the inland hamlets of Lunara, killing the men, kidnapping the women and children, plundering the storehouses and burning what little they leave behind. For years, it was not known how the pirates were able to raid areas so far from the coast, until a local shepherd sighted a band of painted ruffians entering the Sestasha sea grot, carrying large quantities of sacks and crates. Could it be that there's more to this cave than meets the eye? Time limit 90 minutes. Location Sestasha. Requirements 1 to 4 players, 1 tank, 1 healer, 2 DPS. Disciples of War and Magic. Limited jobs can participate only in a preformed party, meeting party size requirements, or an unrestricted party, and if duty rules allow. Level 15, sync from 18. Role and item level restrictions are lifted for parties meeting minimum size requirements. Alrighty. Then what you do is you tick the duty you have chosen, you hit join, and you wait. It tells me that it's less than 5 minutes for a healer to get into Sestasha today. Sometimes that holds true. Actually, most times it holds true. You can see who's in the party already by going. You'll find that in Oceania on the Materia servers, the parties will be drawn from all worlds. So sometimes you won't see the party filled before it actually calls you. So what are we going to do while we're waiting? Well, we're doing it's probably pirates already. That's why we're trying to get into Sestasha. We can do trial by water. We can do beauty is only scalp deep. Jane, please. There we go. And that seems to be all the quests I have. What is wrong with me? Or, and this is what I usually do when I'm waiting, we can do a hunting log. Looks like we haven't progressed to hunting log tier 3. But I thought we hunting logged a thingy already. I wonder what that was about then. Oh yeah, no, there's our goblin hunters. Oh, I see. So sometimes it says East Shroud the honey yard for the goblin hunters. And yes, we can find them there, or we can do this fate outside Lunara. Speaking of fates, it's always playing with fire if you join a fate before a dungeon, and you might not get to finish it, but some days you do. So let us level. Sorry guys, once a day my sound team seems to drop out. Usually with Final Fantasy actually, but anyway, maybe I'm just playing it a lot. So I have to go around to the back of my computer, unplug the sound, and then plug it back in. It's as simple as that to fix it. Alrighty, let's go. Let's irritate an Aurochs. Do you want to irritate an Aurochs? A little bit different to annoying a snowman, I have to say. For one thing, you become toe jam if you're not careful. Target is so too in range. Alright, so in our less than 5 minutes, we're going to try and irritate an Aurochs or 5. Not get injured and killed before our first dungeon. If you die before a dungeon, it pulls you out of Duty Finder and you miss your run, so don't do that. Okay, I'm just trying to remember where these guys... That's where they spawn. Because we don't want to be right where they spawn, because then you suddenly get picked on by half a dozen of them. So you want to be a little bit of a range difference out for these guys. Watch for the orange puddle. Move from the orange puddle. Getting our slide step on. That's good. Let's come over this way. I failed my fate because I was too slow. Too much talking, not enough doing. But we still get XP and we get a teeny tiny amount of gold. Right, we were doing hunting logs. Hunting logs required us to be elsewhere. Let's go. Arbor buzzards in Central Shroud. Bent Branch. Okay, let's go teleporting. So the good thing about signing on for a dungeon during Duty Finder is you can go anywhere at all. And it will pull you into the dungeon no matter where in Eorzea you are. Just kind of handy. Oh man, from the sunny shores of Lanacea to the rain-soaked forests of Gridania. Where are we? Brent Branch. And we're looking for buzzards. Oh, I know where they are. I do. It's a pain in the neck. Let's go for a run. I'm missing my bird now. I know, we'll get there eventually. Alright, let's go hunting arbor buzzards for our hunting log. Yes. So I only know of one place for arbor buzzards, apart from the one quest that we have up here. The arbor buzzards like to hang out all the way down by the dock area, just a little bit past it. And there's like a row of little islands joined together by bridges. And you can hunt your arbor buzzards down there. So we'll just go get them. I think they're the last ones, aren't they? And yeah, oh no, fireflies. I know where they are too. I think I just ran past them though. Okay, then everything else looks like it's in East Shroud. That's pretty good. Let's go for a sprint. Alright, there's our arbor buzzard over there. Let's grab that. Can we get him from here? Yes, we can. Get ready to slide though. Oops, not good. One down. These poor little birds, they would actually generally leave us alone at the level we're at, so that's okay. Which means everything else will leave us alone, which is kind of nice. But this is one way to gain extra XP while you're leveling. I think we went through it. You get a little bit of XP for each level of your hunting log complete, and then you get a lot more XP for completing. Sorry, for each section of the hunting log, and then you get a lot more XP for completing the level. There we go. So is it 3? Yeah. Oh. Okay. Hunting log, Conjurer 12. Everything else is in East Shroud, so we're going to head on over to the Hawthorn Hut. Boom. Okay. This lev is actually leading a little sylph all the way across to where the sylphs live. We're not going to do it because we're waiting on a dungeon, and I hate when those ones are interrupted because then you've got to start again. That's irritating. So we'll leave that one alone. Normally, like I said, normally it's best to just do those when you're not waiting for a duty finder. Oh my gosh, corrupted water. This would be our trial by water. Why don't we do this while we're here? I know, this is when the dungeon pops and I have to do it again, but nothing ventured, nothing gained. Let's get that tree out of the way. Nasty casting. So this is our Conjurer quest, Trial by Water. I think this one does have a bit of a duty attached to it though, so that's fine. We've done that. The next thing we're going to have to do is speak with Joacin at the Hawthorn Hut. Let's do this quest while we're here. I know normally I'll just ignore it and combine everything at once, but let's kind of get a little bit of continuity going. 8 minutes, average wait time is now 7 minutes. It is a Monday morning here, so I'm guessing people are getting ready for work, or given that it's only 10 to 6, people aren't on. This is why I say the The travelers save us every time. Joason. I suppose I should actually go up to him. There we go. Greetings, Mistwalker. Brother Isumi informed me of your coming. I assume it was you who purified the befouled water at Hedgetree? The joyous bubbling of the elementals was a pleasure to hear. On behalf of both them and myself, I thank you. Hey, not a problem. Now, without further ado, let us speak of that which Brother Isumi sent you here to learn. I trust you did not find it strange to be asked to tend to a tree when your lesson this day concerns the element of water. One need not have studied botany to realize that the forest requires more than rich soil to flourish. Water is essential for carrying the nutrients in the earth from a tree's roots all the way to the very tips of its leaves. This precious liquid is the lifeblood of the Twelveswood. Without it, naught would grow, but should it rise in too great a volume and too swiftly, the nourishing flow will become crashing waves that washes away all before it. It is important to realize that all of nature is in balance. As conjury derives its power from nature, we must take care not to use our art in a manner like to disrupt this state. Ever must we be mindful of the ceaseless tug of war embodied in creation, this fruitful stalemate of the elements. Brother Joason, are you about? I'm here, sir. What has transpired? A herd of young antelope stags has gone berserk. I don't know what's got 'em so panicked, but there's no calming 'em now. The mad beast scored the soldiers, sent to shepherd 'em away from civilian settlements, leaving us with a pile of wounded over at Jocelyn's Spire, and not enough hands to stanch the bleeding. We need a healer and fast. Curious, I sensed nothing amiss in the whispering of the elementals. What could have frightened these antelopes so? Apologies. I shall revisit these musings anon. Let us make haste. It matters not as if it matters are as chaotic as you say. I fear a number of injured may be rising as we speak. I doubt that we two will suffice. We must divide our forces. Mistwalker, travel straight away to Jocelyn's Spire and tend to the wounded. I shall endeavour to rally further healers and follow after you, bearing what restorative unguents I can. You, sir, head to Stillglade Fane and beseech the aid of Brother Isumi. Rightio. 11 minutes. I know. This is part of it too. If you do insist on doing everything with other players, you may also be finding that you play at a time when not a lot of people are on. So it can get a little awkward. We may have to go the NPC route. We'll see. In the meantime, though, let us head up to Jocelyn's Spire, which is the tower that's just above the Hawthorn Hut. All right, Aniud. Who are a conjurer, you say? Praise Nofika. You've come not a moment too soon. Sounds like yet more wounded have just been carried in. Pray offer them what aid you can. All right, let's go. Woodwhaler, we don't need to talk to him. We can just left click on him, and then we can hit our heal spell, our cure, and we can heal him. Oh, I can breathe again. Thank you. Sounds like he got gored in the chest. Harried healer. Right click. These folk are out of danger for the present, but I fear our reprieve shall be brief. The battle with the stags yet rages, and there are reports of yet more wounded. I bid you join the Woodwhalers and help put an end to this. Seek them out just off the road that leads to the northeast, and do not worry, my art should be sufficient to prevent matters from worsening here. Now go. All right. That's the Levnet. Now this is one of those situations where you have to choose between whether or not you stay in Duty Finder or do the next duty for your job quest, because it will not allow you to do both. And given how long it's taking our job quest to pop, a duty finder to pop, I might just duck out of it and do this job quest while we wait. And then jump back into it later. Fairy Fungwa will come back for them. Actually, no, we won't. We'll do these on the way through. The little moon above their heads tells us that they are a hunt target. Oops. So all of this kind of thing helps you level up. And if you're ever waiting for Duty Finder and despairing, it fills your time. Boring Weevils look like they're a part as well. Let's get those things. So this is what we came through. Alright, hunt targets for the Conjurer. I know, I shouldn't type while I'm in combat. Oh, remind me again. I like the little bit of distance we get. It does help us to do some damage before things come and do some damage to us in return. I know, it's a little bit of a thing, isn't it? Okay, let's not interfere. Looks like some other conjurers doing their duty. There we go. We'll let them work over there. Right, that's our fairy fungi done. Now I saw some beetles up here too. We might as well get those things. Actually, I think they're more over here than... We'll find them. Alright, so we've got our fairy fungi. Let's find our boring beetles. Boring weevils. Here we go. Just up in this area, near our lemurs. Is that a fate I see before me? We might have to forego beating up this beetle, the next beetle, until we get this fate done. Ow. Help, Mum, that mean beetle is picking on me. Alright, how much time has the fate got? 11 minutes 46. Let's go. Level sync. So now we've got 2 reasons to do fates, apart from the fact that they're good. They're a good way of practicing your rotation with things that hit back. They're oh, you finally worked out the damage was coming from somewhere else. Yeah, I always like, if I can, healing these guys, because they are our DPS in the field, and it gives us just a little bit of practice in switching between targets as well, prioritizing. I just can't get to him. Okay. I know, I'm actually quite anxious because I don't want to see this one fall. Let me see if I can rescue him with this one. Yeah. No, not him. Him. I know, I would get this fate done quicker. Take out the damaged ones. Alright, take out the ones smacking me around the ears. "16 minutes have passed." That's a wood whaler. Let's heal him. He looks a bit bent. Time to unbend him. There we go. He looks a bit better now. Let's take that one out. Alright, where are these 2 boys going? We'll follow their lead. Make sure auto-targeted does not auto-target me into oblivion. Be wary of attacking more than one things in a fate too, because you will tend to turn them away from where you're at. We could have seen it ourselves, couldn't we? Yeah, we do, because we've got a poison. Assume it. It's a good skill to get into the habit of using when you need it. So basically at the top of my screen I've got status disabilities. They damage us a bit quicker. We can commence our duty. It'll get us, pull us straight out of there. We'll just make sure we don't have any status effects on us when we begin. Go into enter /PARTY. So we're talking to our group inside the dungeon. It is such a pretty game, this. All right, and here we are. Say hello to our party. I just usually wave. Hit O, you'll see what level your party is. So we've got some high level characters in here. I just need to get rid of these things because they're a pain in the neck. Right, I need to find my tank. There he is running off. Let's catch up to the tank. Here's our priority. We're going to ignore everything else until we're in range to heal him. Because we can't switch targets. Tab. Alrighty. Your tanks will not wait, by the way. Most of them will not wait. Don't expect them to. Watch his health bar. Grab that. Now we're targeting the tank. As soon as he stops running, we're going to try and heal him. There we go. Frustrating fella. Don't go... Oh my god, come back here. Okay, we've got a tank that's pulling like a train. This is a problem. Only if I can't keep up. Where is he? He's right in the middle of that knot. Now he's stopping here to fight, so we're gonna actually focus on him because he's gonna be a test of our healing ability. We're gonna have to rely on the DPS to take down the things damaging him. Because the minute we switch target, we're at risk of losing him until things are less. Okay. Switch back onto the tank by clicking on his name. It's the quickest and easiest way to safely target your tank. If you try and click on him in the middle of a fight like this, you're going to stand a chance of clicking on a monster instead. As much as I want to go back and help that DPS, I can't. So my tank is not noticing. Now, in a fight like this, as a healer, you'll often get damaged. So just keep an eye on your own health, because if you fall over, you can't save your tank. Just going to grab this archer at risk of losing the tank. I think my food has run out too. This is a problem. Okay, the bard is fine. Oh my god, don't hit me. Rude little monsters. Alright, away we go. I'm just going to hop out of the this range. Ow! Tank! Go get that mean clam. Okay, if you attack the clams in this area and destroy them, they stop spawning stuff. Alright, I'm going to go for blue. Sometimes it's green, but press the switch. We'll know when we got it because a switch will come on up here. Nope. Shuri. Nope. Looks like it's the green tree. Will someone press the green tree? How's my tank? My tank is fine. Press the switch. I hear something move in the distance. Excellent. Let's grab this thing. There you go. There's your boss. Quick before it eats me. Alright. So usually there's a strip of bloodied parchment. Get out of the... Thank you. Alright. I am going to grab that treasure coffer. No one else seems to want it. So maybe it'll have something for my healer in it. We're going to loot. I don't need it, so I'm going to pass on it. And I'm going to pass on that too. There we go. I must have it already. Find my tank before he goes and gets himself killed again. Hit that scurvy dog with some wind so it takes some damage. Hit that scurvy dog with some wind. Hit that scurvy dog with some wind. Switch to my tank. Go to 7. 7 is my heal. Oh, you killed it already? Man. Alright. Same rules. Take out the trash. I am going to put wind on Captain Madison, even though he's the main boss. We'll take out the other trash. Grab our tank. Whack him with a heal. Hit tab to tab target across to something else. Drop a rock on that guy's head. We got this. Captain Madison's the only one left standing. Now we'll make ourselves useful in other ways. So healers in Final Fantasy are DPS as well. And that's kind of important to remember if you're able to. If you're not good at switching targets, don't do it. Oops, wrong button. I can't sprint. What's my tank doing? Causing trouble. Look at that. Honestly. Oh no, what's he going to do? Is he pulling like a train again? No, not yet. Okay. Okay. Now he's pulling like a train. We need to save his hide. Click on the tank. Get that heal off. Please stay in range. Please stay in range. Please stay in range. You know what I forgot to use? I forgot to use my my Medica as well. It's kind of important to remember. I don't need that. Find a Shellowtail Reaver. Find another Shellowtail Reaver. Find another Shellowtail Reaver. Grab the tank. So these are experienced players. There we go. Alrighty. Now, what's he gonna do? Oh, yeah, we forgot to grab the key. My bad. I don't think they've run Sastasha for a while. Let's go. Now, he's either gonna... Okay, he's gonna stand and fight him in here. Some tanks will bring that guy back out over to the gates. Yeah, tank's got the key. I know, I feel like mixing it, but I won't because that's really irritating as a tank when the healer goes and picks a fight. So I'll try not to do it to a tank. We got this. So your basic rule in a dungeon is follow your tank. As a healer, it's, yeah, stick to your tank like glue. Let's get the dots on. This is where we're most useful because if we're called on to heal, we have to step away. And once we step away, we're not doing damage. So if we've got our damage over time running, we're at least participating in some of the DPSing that needs to be done. Let's rock this guy's world. Captain Madison. Alright, now when these dogs come out, they very often target the healer, but if you've got a good tank, they'll grab them like that so that they don't get to you. You've just got to keep him alive. It's not as hard as it sounds. Alright, there's a few of us damaged. Let's just top everybody up. Really? We were going to run without the dogs? Alright. Alright, how does he want to do this? Where's my tank? If you ever lose your tank, click on his name and this little handy dandy arrow will come up. And as soon as that does, let's go 4. Because there's a few of us injured, so we're going to heal a few of us. Okay, we're not going to heal them. Let's going to heal our tank though, because he's a little bit dented. Let's heal our archer, because they're a bit dented. Our bard, sorry. Heal the tank. And this is what I love about Final Fantasy's setup for healers, is you don't actually have to keep an eye on the battle, which of course does tend to get you into trouble. I hate archers. if you're not watching the battlefield and you miss the icky patches of orange that kill you. Alright. I think this is my first time in Sestasha. So it's your first time in Sestasha. Psh, usually our spawning grounds, Shorewalker. You sully our spawning grounds. Well, I'm not going to give them a lot of time because I don't want to hold this group up too much. It's a good short one. Let's go. Get Orca Toothed, put the wind down on them. Switch to my tank. Don't get too cocky. Like, he's about to cop a big hit if he doesn't move out of the way, so you just want to make sure that he is pretty well leveled. Once your arrow gets down to less than 10, it's good to replenish it. These guys are going to finish this one off before he gets there, though, so we're good. Alrighty. Now, we don't need to see him die, so we will just skip the cutscene if we can. Yep. And try and give a compliment, but I don't think these guys are going to wait. We'll compliment our tank, because he did good. He didn't pull too hard. Alright, check our treasure. Oh, don't need to check our treasure. Right. And leave the duty. It's as simple as that. And as scary as that. But you've got to switch. With a healer, you've got to switch target quite a lot. Where are we at? Well, I guess we're going to head on back. No, we're not. We're going to speak with the God's Quiver Bow. Let's do that while we're here. While we're not in Duty Finder, because Duty Finder is about to become a thing. Through the log. I know, I want to get those hunting targets, but we'll do this first. Level 20 Ziz, level 28 Conjurer. Let's go round the Ziz. They will take us on. They're mean like that. So the reason we don't want to jump into Duty Finder straight away is because we have this big barrel of light here, which means we're in a duty. Come to lend us a hand, have you? Quickly, the fight is this way. Duty calls. Commence the battle for trial by water? Yes. So you cannot be in Duty Finder and do this as well. Game won't let you. He'd say no. Oh no, Sylphie's here. Oh. Conjurer, your aid. Alright, let's go. Okay, so our job, pretty much like everything else, is keeping these lancers alive. So we're going to dot these stags, and then we're going to pick a stag to work on while we keep an eye on these guys' health bars. Check the dots. Alright, he's the most injured. Let's give him a slab of healing. This guy, slab of healing. Grab that water sprite. And hope we don't lose anyone in the meantime. And just stay away from Sylphie because that thing has an area attack. Oops, I did not mean to hit that button. Okay. Most dented. That one. This one. This fight gets rather tetchy if you lose your wood whalers. That's what we're after, this thing. I did not get that off. Alright. Alright. So it becomes a simple fight as long as you can keep your allies alive. Whoa. Oh. Are you all right, miss? I'm fine. Don't mind me. Pray tell me that we are not too late. Uh-oh. Oh no, that's an annoyed Isumiyan. That's an unwell Sylphie. Sylphie, what have you done? I forbade you from using such methods. Guildmaster, I will not see you repeat your mother's mistakes. Uh-oh. Oh. My mother never did anything wrong. He probably wouldn't be so mad if he wasn't so worried about her. Mistwalker, may I ask that you follow her, please? I fear my presence will only serve to provoke her further. She cannot have gone far in her weakened state. Oh dear. Trouble in the Guildhall. Let's check. Hey, Sylphie, what's the matter? Not that I can not know. I don't understand. When I try to cast spells, nothing happens. When I reach for my power, there's just nothing there. Is this what the Guildmaster was trying to warn me about? He said I was repeating my mother's mistakes. The same thing happened to her. Losing her magic, I mean. And then she... Am I going to die? This can't be happening. I didn't think. But please, I need to be alone. Right. Fortune brother, let's get this part done for our job. Brother Isumiyan, we should still have it set as our home point, which means we should be able to go there for free. That looks pretty good. Alright, away we are. And let us pop straight over to the Conjurer's Guild. We'll use the main Etherite for this one. Just jumps us straight into the Ethernet. And when I first started healing, I didn't do the training, and I just went through and I stood in so many patches of orange goo. I died so much. But you learn. You learn. Or you do a different class. Mistwalker, you've returned at last. Were you able to speak with Sylphie? Sylphie. I did, but... I see. I once taught you that conjurers harness the power of nature that we might bring about change. Earth, wind, water, healing. The principle is no different. For the art of mending, we draw on the boundless life force of nature and bestow it upon the wounded. Sylphie has never sought to borrow from that bounty. Her power to heal stems from her own life force. The vital energies of mortals are, however, finite, and now that which I most feared has come to pass. Her mother unwittingly took her own life through the continued use of her healing skills, and Sylphie's aptitude for the art is, if anything, even greater. Thus, it is not unexpected that she should reach the limits of her strength at a much earlier age. If we do not intervene, this terrible tragedy will be repeated, and I, for one, could not bear to see the child suffer the same fate as her mother. I shall think on a solution to this dark dilemma. It may be that I'll have need of your assistance in the near future, Mistwalker. Do not doubt your abilities. You are a conjurer who has passed the trials of earth, wind, and water. You grow closer to nature with every passing day, and I sense within you the seeds of greatness. In your encounter with water, you learned its role as a bringer of life, but you also felt the implacable power of a surging wave as it swept you along in its path. Like earth and wind and nature at large, the element of water is possessed of more than one aspect. Having completed the third lesson, I am satisfied that you have mastered the fundamentals of conjuring. Yet this is but the beginning of your journey. Henceforth you must strive to attune yourself ever more closely to the elements and to nature. Alright, he's going to give us a brand new ash wand and a square ash shield, and the choice of a cotton cowl, which means we cannot equip gear to our head. Hard leather ring bands, cotton tights, or leather boots. This will actually give us a significant advantage. Let's grab it anyway. It is dyed a grape purple, so hopefully that will not look too bad. And as always with gear, we hit C for character, grab our recommended gear list, and discover that we cannot put on... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, it's not full, so why is that? Level 21. Control I. Over to our gear. So this is what we just picked up. It gives us a significant advantage, but it is only a level 15 piece. So give us that much of an advantage. 4, 4, 4, and 4. Yeah, it does mean we can bind materia to it. I think if we did that, we might actually... I don't think I can meld yet. No, we might actually put its limits over the top of what we're wearing. Well, it looks like we're stuck with our green. Oh my goodness. Alright, we have new stuff. We are about to go Sylphie's Trials. Alright, let's just mark that point here. Let's commence Sylphie's Trials. We have Brother Isumi Yan requests that you assist with Sylphie's training. Greetings, Mistwalker. You radiate the confidence of a conjurer who neglects not her study of the elements. I confess I have no lesson for you to learn this day. Instead, I would ask that you aid me in the education of another. Yes, I speak of Sylphie. After no small amount of prompting bordering on coercion, the child has finally promised to attempt to embrace the forces of nature. But I am afraid the matter is not so easily resolved. Sylphie has never attempted to learn the basic offensive spells that you and most other conjurers mastered before first venturing into the wild. As such, she is ill-equipped to undertake the trials which furnished you and your peers with an understanding of the elements. Put simply, she is no match for the tainted spirits of nature. But if a more capable conjurer were to accompany her and purify the corruption in her stead, it may yet serve to impress upon her the power of the forces at work. I bid you take her on a pilgrimage around the Twelveswood and give her the opportunity to witness these confrontations firsthand. Earth, wind, water, she must know them all. Show her the majesty and primal ferocity of nature. As it was with you, let earth be her first lesson. Sylphie awaits you at Bent Branch Meadows. Pray forgive my presumption, but I thought it best to send her on ahead while her conviction remains strong. Once you have located the patch of corrupted soil at Bent Branch, draw forth the tainted sprite and let her witness the struggle that ensues. May the elementals aid you in this endeavor, Mistwalker. Alrighty. What level is this? Level 20. Rightio. Let's go. Bent Branch Meadows, he says. I think we need to teleport. We could run there, but we'll teleport. It's quicker. And just from doing quests and that run through Sestasha, we're at 4,000 gil, so that's pretty good. Lots of voyages. It's so nice to see them. I know, I enjoy it just to see them around. Let's go find our student. I think she's up over there. All right, where are we at? Corrupted soil. There's Sylphie watching with bated breath. I do sense a hostile presence. Wind and rock. Unpure rock against tainted rock. It's a fair match. There you go, Sylphie. What did you think? Ah! I wasn't scared. I was just a little startled, that's all. It was as if a mass of solid wrath had erupted from the ground. I've never felt anything like... never mind. We have to head to the Bannock next. Let's get this over with. Wow, girl. Wow. Where's the Bannock? Okay, yep. Bannock. There's a bridge over this way that I keep forgetting exists. And it does make our life a little easier when it comes to finding the Bannock. So let's go this way. So we're following the road out of town, see? Level 10 Dynamite will leave a level 20 character alone. Okay, it's likely to leave a level 20 character alone. It will leave a level 28 character alone. Mostly. Here's our road. You can see the Bannock is just a little swing to the right. There we are. I know, look at the mist. I love the details in this game. Oh, right, and our tainted, of course it's in the log. Hey, Sylphie. Alright, see if we can draw out the tainted spirit. Just going to back up a little. There we go. And done. There you go, Sylphie. What did you think? Gods! The wind blew straight through me. It felt both gentle and sharp at the same time. I can't explain it. This is something you can conjure? Let's be on our way. The last one is at Lilystone. Alright. Let's bounce back to here because it's quicker. And then we're going to run all the way back down to Lilystone. I do need to get glowflies. I forgot about them. We might do that while we're here. We'll just look after Sylvie first. It's kind of on the way, but it's kind of really not on the way. So we'll go and help Sylvie with this last bit. Hopefully she gets it, because drawing on your lone life force to do that is kind of a bit hard. My gosh. We do need to also grab some tree toad legs. They'll give us direct hit rate of +8% to a max of 3, vitality of +1, and a spell speed of 1. So do you remember where we got the buzzards? Yeah. Well, this is where we're going to go and get the tainted water sprite. Level 28, level 11. It should leave us alone, theoretically. It's a much hairier journey if you're doing this at lower levels, but it's still doable. Okay. I love that little effect. The lake is so beautiful. I never noticed how clearly the sky reflected in its surface. I never noticed. Let's head back. I'm ready to speak with the guildmaster now. Alright, before we head back, we're going to go get these glowflies because they're going to bother me. So, glowflies are found just above Tamtara Deepcroft. So that is where we're going to go. So we're going to head back up this way. Actually, they're found inside. Not Tamtara, I'm wrong. Spirit Hold. So it's going to be quicker to zip back up to here. So we'll teleport up to Bent Branch and we're going to come across the Spirit Hold. They're found... Oh, you know, I could be wrong. It could actually be in... No, they're not. They're found in the Deepcroft. I was right. My bad. It's still relatively quick to do it this way. I know I'm trying to remember. I think they are found in Spirit Hold as well. But they're also found where the skeletons roam. Or possibly up above. Let me see if I've remembered correctly. I have a feeling I've misremembered this totally. It's been a while since I hunted glowflies. Alright. So they're either up in that area up there, or they're down in here. Let's find out. No, they're down here. There we go. Fireflies. Now, if you come in here, less than level 23, you are going to get mugged by skeletons. And we still might. I mean, that little down arrow is still red, so there is a small chance that one of them is going to take offense to our presence. And show us why mortals shouldn't roam among the undead like they own the place. So these are fireflies, sorry, not glowflies. And yeah, I did just let my wind spell do all the hard work there while I was typing. Oh my goodness. Okay, that entry is complete. What else is in our hunting log? East Shroud, East Shroud, East, East, South. Alright. We'll go to East Shroud in a little bit. Let's head on back to Stillblade Fane. Just grab that return. I don't like it when there's just one thing in an area. Grab the Ethernet. I keep forgetting I can go from here. Alright. So usually between your job quests and the main scenario quests, you'll level up pretty quickly without having to do the side quests. But there are something like... Well, let's not guess. What's that? 4, 8, 10, 12, 16, 14, sorry, 16, 18. There are 22 jobs in this game, all of which need leveling. So sometimes you just want to save a few things for your other classes when you bring them up, if you're going to. A lot of people just do one for a bit. Okay. Welcome back, my avid conjurers. How fared you in your encounter with the elements? Sylphie, what did you sense as Mistwalker cleansed the sources of corruption? It's hard to explain. It was like hearing voices crying out in joy. And I felt their happiness wash over me. The world seemed sharper, more alive. It was almost as if nature was speaking to me. But why, Brother Isumi? Why did my mother teach me to avoid this side of conjuring? What was she so afraid of? There are certain truths that hide behind the mask of our words, and there is much that your mother didn't tell you. But you needn't seek all the answers at once, Sylphie. Even now your mind founders amid a sudden inundation of awareness. The first time we connect with nature can be a wonderful but disorienting experience. I suggest you allow yourself some time to adjust to this new perspective. Yes, Guildmaster. You have my gratitude, Mistwalker. Thanks to you, Sylphie has taken a most important step. You heard her mention voices crying out in joy, did you not? It appears the mother's gift has been passed on to the daughter. Such sensitivity is not something one can achieve through meditation and training, but a blessing that only a few fortunate chosen to receive. And as you have no doubt surmised, Sylphie's mother was one such person. The misunderstanding of that blessing, however, was what led her down such a tragic path. We cannot allow Sylphie's astonishing talents to consume her in the same manner. But we mustn't get ahead of ourselves. The girl has barely awoken to her potential. And for that potential to be fully realized, your support is yet needed. I suspect she failed to mention that the promise of your involvement in her lessons was the reason for her change of heart. Ah, you understand the impression your quiet determination has made on young Sylphie. If modesty prevents you from acknowledging your own good deed, consider this task part of your training. For conjurers are healers of wounds, be they physical or otherwise. Walk with her on her journey, Mistwalker, and together explore the myriad mysteries of nature. All right, this one. No, 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 no. Right, let's grab the guild. Always helpful in a pinch. Okay. Let me just note this one down. This is our level 25 quest. Most jobs have 30 quests before you go into your specialist training, and you only go into those if you finish the first couple of Sylph quests. Okay, commencing like mother, like daughter. Brother Isumiyan requires your assistance in a matter concerning the young conjurer, Sylphie. Welcome, Mistwalker. The tales of your deeds reach me even here in the cloistered heart of Stillglade Fane. Glad I am that you have come, for I would ask of your assistance in a matter of some delicacy. It concerns, yes, young Sylphie once again. As you can no doubt imagine, the recent revelations concerning her mother have sorely troubled the poor child. It appears Sylphie needed some time alone to sort through the whirlwind of emotions which now beset her. She has, in short, fled from the guild. Fortunately, the party of conjurers who were dispatched to the South Shroud to investigate another instance of corruption sent word that they have spotted our wayward Sylphie. Considering the importance of their mission, I would not seek to distract the conjurers from their task. Thus I turn to you to escort Sylphie back here to the guild. You are, I believe, one of the few people to whom she will listen. Pray travel to Buscaron's druthers and speak with Wulfew. She was the conjurer who first chanced upon Sylphie, and who will be able to tell you more of how the young lady fares. Right, let's go find Wolfew. Wasn't Wolfew the one that trained us in our trials by wind? Okay, Busker and Druthers. Have we unlocked? No. That's from Thanalan. Hawthorn Hut. Okay, yep. So we can either get there from the Hawthorn Hut, which is a short run, and then a short run here, or we can get there from Bent Branch Meadows, which will take us to our quest site early, but away from our Aetheryte. So let's go here first. So this part of the game, you're more or less just connecting a lot of the dots. We're not waiting for anyone, are we? Let's get this Lev out of the way as well while we're here. This is Kina Liega, Levs of Hawthorn. Kina Liega, the Adventurers Guild representative for local Lev quest at Hawthorn Hut, is seeking an adventurer to undertake Guild Levs. Hail, adventurer! I'm Kina Liega, a Guild Lev representative for the Adventurers Guild. If it is work you seek, the good folk who reside in the vicinity of the Hawthorn Hut have entrusted me with a multitude of tasks that I am eager to assign to stalwart heroes. Stalwart ones, I say again. Many of these Lev quests are not for the faint of heart or frail of body. Before I send you marching into the wilderness, I must see what manner of adventurer has arrived upon my doorstep, so to speak. Let's start you on a guild trial, Lev, shall we? How does this one suit you? The Transporter. A young sylph has wandered into Amarisse's spire, tired and frightened. The wood whalers on duty at the outpost have provided the wayward sapling with water and shelter, but are afraid they will not be able to care for the child much longer. They seek a volunteer to escort the sylph to Little Solace. Let's do it. So this is another escort duty where we use Beckon. I cannot tell you how much I really dislike these duties. But once they're done, they're done. So excellent. You merely need beckon to the sylph to help lead her to her destination. Use the beckon emote to lead the sylph safely to the destination. You may find it inconvenient to add the emote to your hotbar before beginning the guild lev. Yes, you will. Alrighty. So we're looking for our green thing. Now, if you don't see that there, go into your journal and put a little tick in the check in the checkbox, and it will bring it up onto here, and then you'll more easily see your your lev quests on your screen. Usually only happens when you have a ton of other quests in there and it gets added to the bottom of the pile. Let's just back up a little bit. We're in the circle, so we're going to go down to the transporter, click on that, click on initiate so we can start the quest. It's telling me that because I'm so far above the level of the quest, I probably won't get all the rewards, which is a fair enough call to make. There's my orphan sylph. Once again, you look for the little squares on your screen to find your lev targets and the threats to your lev target. This one is so lost and lonely. I know, we'll find you some friends. The other thing is with the transport quest, you have another green arrow, and that's where you've got to get your sylph to. So if you're like me and get lost on a regular basis, you would definitely. Now that thing has a ranged attack. Let's just come out to the side and annoy it, because we don't want the sylph to get caught in the ranged attack. They like using them early and often. Pusnat, charming. Are we too far away? Retarget yourself, hit your beacon, and away we go. Let's see how we go with this. Okay, so we have another problem up here. Potential problem. Try not to walk too far away from yourself. I know I'm using the screen to show me how far away I am. About there, and again. You will sometimes run backwards. It's irritating, but the way it is, just be aware that you're going to do it. And just keep an eye out for other threats that might appear. Okay, let's come a little bit this way. Oh. So yeah, I'm kind of ignoring the hunt targets on the way. This is a timed one as well. You'll notice we have a little timer up here. When the challenge log talks about plates for your Lev quest, it means this little coloured picture that comes up beside every Lev quest you get. We're too far away again. What is this sylph? No, we have to retarget the sylph. That's what the problem is. Try not to hit the wrong keys when you're using your mouse. Okay. Or to go in the wrong direction. That poor little sylph is going to get very confused in a minute. You don't have to face the sylph and see them. Uh-oh. There it is. Right, distance covered 80%. We're nearly at the edge of the circle. Just still keep an eye out for other enemies that might occur. Bring them all the way in if you can. This one shall never forget walking one's kindness. Boom. Let's return to the Hawthorn Hut. I know these ones take you away from the Levmet, but you always get that automatic transport back. It's really nice. Completed all that needs completing, have we? Then only one step remains to collect your reward. Difficulty, speed of completion. Such possible diligence and general competence are exactly the qualities I admire most. Now that I am satisfied you possess the necessary level of skill, feel free to peruse the guild levs I have available. I look forward to hearing of your future exploits. Alright, we won't do any more of those. We're going to head on up to where we need to be. So on our map, we need to go to South Shroud. So I'm just going to hold it out this way and turn. So all I'm doing is keeping my mouse pointer outside the map, holding down my right mouse button and turning, and that actually turns your icon on the map so that you're facing in the right direction so it's harder to get lost. Away we go. Up we go to the gate we're looking for. Estrelate. Wonder if we see him again. No, they've got names, so I always wonder. Here we are, we're at the boundary of two areas. Boom, mapping the realm. Now, let's go and unlock our nearest Aetheryte, and then we're going to head across to Buscaron's Druthers. Alright. Oh, this tells me I do need to get wriggle on with a lot of my other stuff. There is Lev quests in here as well, level 20, so we'll get them done on the way through. Just mark the unlock in the chat there so you guys know where I'm at. Niall. Levs of Quarrymill. Niall the Levmet at Quarrymill is recruiting adventurers to undertake his stack of local Lev quests. Hello, I'm Niall. I work for the Adventurers Guild. Not looking for a job, are you? But of course you aren't. In any case, I'm contractually obliged to tell you that I have in my possession the details of such needful tasks as have been set forth by the residents of Quarrymill and the surrounding areas, mostly involving the slaying of monsters and the procurement of goods. All in all, terribly dangerous work, or so they tell me. Should this idea appeal to you for some reason, I may add that I am required to assess each volunteer's chances of surviving said deployment via the assignation of similarly dangerous trial labs. Not put off by the thought of an abrupt and painful demise? Then please signal your intent to undertake this test. My, that was very formal. Treevenge. A new underhanded technique involving the provocation of peaceful tree ants to create confusion during robberies is being employed by an increasing number of local highwaymen. What is worse, these angered seedkin remain agitated long after the bandits have done their damage, resulting in a forest overrun with frenzied foliage. To ensure the safety of an innocent bystander, Stillglade Fane has concocted a special formula, which, when sprinkled on a weakened tree ant, should calm the giant creature. They now seek fearless volunteers to carry out the task. Sure thing, let's go. Oh, very good. Oh, I almost forgot. Tree ants won't feel the effect of the bottle of solace unless you weaken them sufficiently first. I wish you fortune in your task. Select the item icon in the duty list while targeting a tree ant to use the bottle of solace. Alrighty, so very quickly, this thing over here, this is your duty list. This is Treevenge. We need to kick it off, but when we go over here, there's going to be a little bottle icon appear next to that name. Let's unlock our Chocobo Keep, and do you know what I've completely forgotten to do? I have completely forgotten to unlock this Etherite, and I would be very embarrassed later on if I tried to teleport back here and discovered that. So let's attune ourselves. Now we have 3 destinations, or is it 4? 4 destinations in the Black Shroud. Yaha! I know, only a few more to go. Alright, into the green circle. Let's stand fairly close to the edge of it. Click on the title. Click on Initiate once we get the journal box up. Go OK. Confirm that we're above the recommended duty and will suffer a penalty. Get rid of this threat to our existence. I know they don't normally start that early, but anyway. We do have a time for each of these. We're going to be well under that time, hopefully. Rude. Where are my fingers on the keyboard? We don't have to kill all the Curlclaw poachers, but when they're that close, they tend to chase us and stab us, which makes this job a little bit more difficult. Let's upset the elm a little bit more. It's already angry. Now you'll notice there is now a bottle over here under the Lev quest. Let's just toddle out this way. The elm is not weakened enough till it gets to about here somewhere, like there. Then we're going to click on this bottle. Uh-oh. No. Did I get interrupted? No, there we go. Okay. I just didn't do it right. Let's go again. Make it run over to us so we get at least one attack in before it swipes us with a tree branch. Alright, that should be enough. Click on the bottle. Oh, now our target's not in range. Yep. Boom. And because I'm feeling lazy, let's just let the game teleport us back to the Lev map. There we go. All done. Difficulty awards, speed of completion. Disciples of War are going to be nicely geared up by doing these. So if you have a Disciple of War and you're looking for gear, this is one way to earn it and some gil. I'm cautiously heartened by the knowledge you're not certain to be summarily slaughtered should you choose for whatever reason to undertake a Lev quest at some point in the future. Oh dear, I do hope I just haven't tempted fate. No, you're fine. Now we have to choose. Nope. That's Disciple of War. This is less than what we've got on. We'll take the silver pieces. Alright, that's that quest complete. And also one less irritating exclamation mark on my thing. So we're going to start from Quarry Mill, head on over to Busker and Struthers. It's not that far away. It's just like a hop, skip and a jump through the middle of the forest. Our main story quest will take us here, so this isn't all wasted. We're just a little bit ahead of it. We can join this fate. No, we'd have to go up there to join that fate. Well, I mean, we could join this fate. 6 minutes 41. Let's go and upset some Ked traps. Alright, that one's got to go. He's attacking a poor innocent bystander. Now they're starting to be a little harder to take down because, there we go, because they're closer to our level. Into the Fate. This is our level 22 Fate. Level sync, and let's go. So we've got 6 minutes to get as much of these down as we can. We need to fill that little bar. This will be our third Fate, I think. So we're progressing our challenge nicely. Maybe it's only our second Fate. But it's our third. So we're hopefully going to be away from the main spawn point of these things because they're a little aggro. And they will take us on at the drop of a hat. That one. So all I'm doing is just taking these guys on. It's very quiet over there in the chat today. You guys all right? Having a good day? Just chilling? It's always good to chill. So this one over here should still die because we've got our damage over time spell on him. So I'm being a bit lazy and getting an early start on the next one because our timer's ticking down and we're not done yet. I just don't want to do it to too many. Whoops, my bad. Switch targets, and we'll just let the wind spell take care of the one we were attacking. It does mean we're going to cop a little bit of damage, but that's okay. That's why we don't take on too many at once. Okay, and done. 3000 XP, nothing to be sneezed at. Now let's head to Buscaron's Druthers. Oh no, little detour, kicking it with the Ked traps. That one's off and up. The other one that's, whoops, what? Oh, 22, yeah. I need to be at least level 32 to avoid attacks in this area. Or to not be attacked as often in this area. So we'll just take this little menace out. I mean, he's only going to go and bother that poor guy sitting by the fire if we leave him, right? So. Boom. So yeah, kicking it with the Ked traps, which we just did, that's off and up and running. How are we going for our challenge log, you ask? We've done 2 successfully. We failed 1. So I'm basically not making the challenge log a priority, but keeping an eye out for things that will fill it anyway as we adventure. Because that way we can level up a lot more quickly as we go. Let's have a quick chat with Wolfview. Hey. We meet again, Mistwalker. I assume Brother Isumi warned you of the corruption my companions and I have been tasked with purifying here in the South Shroud? The source of this extensive blight is found to the southeast. The shrill, discordant voices of the elementals shriek their dismay in the vicinity of the withered tree ant. I suggest you give the area a wide berth. Considering the potential dangers, you might imagine how alarmed I was to discover young Sylphie wandering about this part of the Twelves Wood. It seems that her mother, a woman who healed with conjury but remained untrained by the guild, called this region her home. Sylphie herself had her head buried in some manner of tome, but if she is as sensitive to the elemental's murmurings as I am led to believe, then the din within her mind must be driving her to distraction. Pray speak with the child and see that she is well. I would do so myself if our current duty were not so pressing. We will, in fact, be setting out at any moment. Continuing the Conjurer's quest, like mother, like daughter. Alright, let's go inside to find Sylphie. Mistwalker? Ah, I should have known that Wolfew would tattle on me. And Brother Isumi sent you to take me back, didn't he? Well, yeah. This is where my mother used to live, you know, right up until she passed on. Folk were grateful for the healing she offered. And this is the journal she used to keep. There's an entry that explains how nature becomes furious when conjurers use their art. However, there are always more people wounded in battles when mortals abuse the power that is not theirs to take. My mother refused to draw on nature because she was scared of making it angry. She wouldn't lie about such things, and I want to do what she would have wanted. I'm going to stop using conjury altogether. Oh, I've never heard the voices this mad before. It's because Wolfew and the others are overusing their art. We have to go and stop them. Oh my goodness, child. Well, okay then. Let's try and make sure she doesn't get herself killed. I'm not sure how we're going to mend this one. Maybe seeing the angry spirits driven out will help. Or not. We'll have to find out. So I'm just following the quest marker in the mini-map. I hate these things so much. Every time these vicious little aggro plants are like, you're mine, lunch, feed me, Seymour. Oh, come here, you little aggro monster. Right, where were we? Alright, we're not in Duty Finder. I haven't jumped back into it yet because I knew we had a few of these coming up. Sylphie, into the duty. Gods, it's so loud. Can you hear it? Nature is shrieking in rage. Yes, it is. Level 29 is the highest level before sinking starts. We're still a little bit over leveled, so that's good. Oh boy. Purify the corrupted earth. Tainted earth sprite. I'm actually going to start whacking this thing early. Alright, actually no I'm not. I tried this last time, it did not work out well. Let's if we lose our conjurer friends, it becomes rather difficult. So what we're going to do is we're going to do what we would in any combat situation in a dungeon. Just heal these guys, switch target. And then we're going to heal again. Brother Nolanel gets an absolute hiding in these. Grab that earth sprite, renew that, and hit it a couple of times. Oh boy, no we're not. We're going to grab this thing and take it down. Brother Joason, try and get him up. Okay, good. That one's not damaged with wind. Okay, that's not the one I targeted. I know, I'm trying desperately to target the oh, there's two of us doing this. Ah, oops. No, maybe not. Sister Wolfew. No, no, no. Okay, Brother Nola now. Because now life gets exciting. Sewer rat. Well, that's not good. Mud Pie Princess. That Earth Sprite is driving me crazy. But if we don't take care of the Mud Pie Princess... Okay, back to the Earth Sprite. Come on, back to the Earth Sprite. There we go. Okay, Brother Nolanel made it, but we didn't manage to save our two friends. Oops. Wow. Duty is complete. Oh, seriously, you again? You're my little plant enemy, aren't you? Oh, no, this is another one of you. Oh, it's one of your friends, right? Taking out the trash. I can't believe nature actually helped us. There was nothing scary about it at all. I might still wonder if it was really safe for conjurers to borrow that power if I hadn't seen the way you wield it. Nothing could seem more natural. I think it's time I went back to the guild. There are a few things I need to collect first, so please go on ahead without me. All right, now she understands her mother's mistakes. That's pretty good. Let's go back to here. Let's use our return spell. Boom. We're not level 30 yet, are we? No. So we are going to have to level up before we can take on the next spell. All right, Ethernet. And... okay, we'll come back for this one. This is actually just a new gate. It's not greatly important, but it's handy for a couple of things. Away we go. All right. Let's conclude this quest. I know, I really enjoy this game. Welcome back, Mistwalker, and you also, Sylvie. Brother Isumi, I'm sorry I ran away like that. I understand, child. Did you find the answers you sought? Yes, thanks to Mistwalker. She showed me that nature was nothing to be afraid of. I think I know why my mother refused to call upon its power. She believed the act caused suffering to nature itself. I see. So it was her very love of nature that prevented her from drawing on its strength. Tell me, Sylphie, has the fog of indecision now lifted from your mind? It has, Guildmaster. I understand now why my mother chose the path she did. Full glad am I to hear that, for I must ask you one more question. Yes, Brother Isumi? When you first witnessed Mistwalker cleanse a corrupted element, you mentioned hearing voices. How exactly did they sound? The voices, well, they sounded joyful, like a crowd letting out a sudden cheer. I really heard them, I swear. I'm sure you did, Sylphie. This is a gift. Conjurers may sense the power of nature and borrow from its strength, but not all can hear its whispers. What you describe are the voices of the elementals. You may very well possess the talent to become a hearer. A hearer? Hmm. Of course, much relies on your studies of conjuring. You have a natural aptitude, but have thus far lacked commitment. You must not neglect your training, Sylphie. Putting aside such matters for a moment, I am curious to hear about the disturbance you observed in the South Shroud. Mistwalker, I assume from the reports I received that it was of a different magnitude to those which you have previously encountered. Am I correct? This bodes ill. The creatures known as mud pies are not native to the Twelveswood. I wonder what relation this may have to the seemingly ever increasing frequency of these disturbances. Something beyond the damage wrought by the calamity afflicts the Twelveswood. I shall commune with the elementals and seek to identify this threat. Mistwalker, Sylphie, I may have need of you both before long. Until then, give yourselves over to the study of your art. Ever shall the earth meet your footfall, and the wind guide your path. All right. Well, we found gear the same level. Oh, that's higher. 4 and 6, level 26. 3, 4. I think we might just go, what is our lowest level item? Let's have a look. Is it going to let me? No, it's not going to let me pull up my character. All right, we'll go with these then. I usually use what gear my character's wearing to pick out of a bunch of these. As you can see, this one is locked. If we hover over it, you'll see that's a level 30 quest, and we are not yet level 30, so that would be why. Let's go into C for character and recommended gear. We've been given a new wand and some goatskin ring bands. Let's watch our item level. That's not enough by a long way. All right. So I think what we're going to be doing is we are going to go a little bit further, but we're going to start to focus on our main story quest, because we're level 30 in our job quest almost, and we are only level 15. So we want to get through to our level 30 main story quests. I mean, you don't have to do it that way. You can. I have done it often before. Go through and finish all of your conjurer quests as soon as you have the chance, and then level up that way. But you can also do it this way without any harm. So it's probably pirates. Wait a minute, we're in Gridania. Let's go and speak with Beaton at the Carpenters Guild. So that means we're just going to head to the main Etherite, because we can get this part of the quest done while we're here. I tend to not be in too much of a hurry for the aesthetician's services, but I do like to unlock it early. Okay, we could become a carpenter if we wanted. It has a really good storyline. A message from Jandalane, you say? So he's lost another one? Oh, does the man not understand that wood doesn't simply grow on... actually it does, at least in a manner of speaking, but that fact remains that resources are in short supply. For all his flowery words, if his tools were truly an extension of his very being, one would think he'd find a way to hold on to them for more than a fortnight or two. Jandalane's skills are not to be doubted, but his temperament leaves much to be desired. Still, it is not my place to judge. Take this to him, and let us both hope that he will right his ways. All right, more tools for Jandalane. If I go into my inventory, over to my key items and crystals where we are, you'll see that we have packages for Jandalane as our items. How is our food going? We ate it all already. I'm going to pop this down here because we're going to end up having to use it. I have an orchestrion roll. Let's right click on that and use it. That will go into our orchestrion collection and out of our backpack, more importantly. Tree toad legs already down there. Let's just grab the chanterelle satay and use that. We're not going into combat yet, so I'd rather keep my magic user's food for a combat situation. Alright, I suppose while we're here we'll unlock this other one that's up here. Chomui. Broadening horizons, Chomui would grant you passage through the White Wolf Gate. Mistwalker, is it not? I've been following your exploits with great interest. You have served Gridania well, but I believe your greatest accomplishments are yet to come. It is with such lofty expectations that I would grant you passage beyond our White Wolf Gate. Take this pass and show it to French Montiel, the gatekeeper. Gird yourself for... Oops, I lost the rest of that. I know, twitchy finger. Alright, we need to go and open the gate. Let's do that. On our map, yep, we're just going this way. And instead of going into Old Gridania when we get to this junction, we're going to actually turn left and just run on down to the gate. This will give us access to the difficult area of Central Shroud. But we won't head into there yet. Only those who possess a gate pass may travel through the White Wolf Gate. It is for your own good. The fearsome beasts that lurk beyond would tear an unprepared adventurer limb from limb. Well, let's not have that then. You have papers? Let us see. Yes, everything appears to be in order. Go in safety, Mistwalker. In the future, should you wish to pass, you need merely say the word. Right. I think we're wearing something. We're not. Item level 5, but it has more bonuses. I don't think this is going to change up when we take it. We need mind and spell speed. Piety will do. Let's have a look and see if that... Oh no, good. Gear level 19. Alright. Well, next time we're here, if we need it, we'll come down and grab that adventure. In the meantime, let's grab... Seeing as we're heading back to Limsa, let's grab the final piece for from Uldar for our aesthetician. So I guess we're just going to grab the teleport into Uldar. I know, we'll get there. And then we're going to go and talk to actually, we didn't need to do that. I know what, yeah, never mind. Alchemist Guild, Ethernet, Alchemist. This is why we unlocked it all early. Let's go and talk to Severian. I know, Jandalane is a menace. You've come on behalf of Jandalane. Well, I just furnished him with a fresh batch of my special creations last week. I realize the man's services are in demand, but it would be physically impossible for him to exhaust the entire supply so soon. Stolen, you say? Ah, an unfortunate turn of events indeed, if not entirely unexpected. You see, the man is something of a genius, and genius is often misunderstood by modest minds. Trust me as I speak from extensive personal experience. Yes, great minds must band together in trying times, lest the realm be deprived of our talents. And so I command you, deliver this parcel to Jandalane with all speed. Right, let's head to Limsa. We have 2 missions left, both in Limsa. Let's get them completed. Firstly, we'll get rid of. We'll complete unlocking the aesthetician. That means heading up to the Aft Castle, which we needed to do to head up to Badarons anyway, so we might as well. Up to the Aft Castle. Right, and we need to go this way. He's still standing, mind you, in the rain, with that poor lady staring at him in horrified fascination. He's still standing over here. And she's still disgruntled. Is there an ounce of compassion in you, my friend? I beg of you, retrieve for me the tools of my trade, for I'm none other than Jandalane, Right, look, you drama queen, here. Please have these. Could this be? Yes, I can feel it. The light returns to my eyes. Power courses through my fingers. I live. Oh my goodness. Oh no, dear Lord. And as I live, this unspeakable embodiment of ugliness must die. Begone, foul demon. Jand... I'm not screaming like a little girl, but she definitely screamed like a little girl. And so I ask, how do you feel, madam? Why, it's as if, but in a single magnificent moment, I travelled beyond the void and returned to life as the embodiment of all that is beautiful in this world. Could it be? Yes, it must. How else to explain such power? You are the one whose coming was foretold. You, yes, you, are the aesthetician. In the flesh, madam, I am Jandalane, crafter of coiffures so divine that Menfina herself doth begrudge my clientele their beauty. But let us speak of you, madam, for where but a moment ago stood a fashion-challenged frump, now there stands a beauty reborn. She is so happy, is she not? Uh-oh. No, you are not. Okay, maybe you could fix the hat. And you are the one I must thank for reviving my soul, that I might once again bestow my gifts on a realm bereft of beauty, a kindness I intend to repay in full. Oh no, do you fear your own hairstyle is becoming passé? Fear the spectre of ugliness threatening to consume you? Fear not, friend, for it shall not survive my wrath. I forgot to put this in chat. Oh God, I know. Where'd he go? He vanished. He did. As the madam before you, as this very realm we call home, from an abyss of unfathomable drabness, you shall rise anew. Hey, not without my permission, I won't, you mate. My clients have been known to make reservations moons, even years in advance, but you shall know no such troubles. No, for proving a staunch ally to good taste when all others turned a blind eye, I gladly place myself at your beck and call. Yes, the next time you find yourself plagued by aesthetic ennui, you need only ring the crystal bell from the comfort of any inn room at which you have taken up lodgings. Jandalane shall hasten to the scene. Yes, in a flash, the dreary, uninspired life you have hitherto known shall end. You shall travel to the realm beyond, and return to us as a beauty reborn. I give you this as a token of the trust between us. Treasure it, for it is the key to a world of aesthetic wonders ordinary women shall never know. Oh, Master Jandalane, do come back. I've not made my next appointment. Who gave that man scissors? I mean, there's running with scissors. Then there's dancing with scissors. That is swaggering with scissors. Beauty is only scalp deep. Complete. Esthetician is now available. You have befriended Jandalane. By using the crystal bell found in your inn room, you can call upon the services of the flamboyant esthetician. From hairstyle and color to face paint, he can create a new look for you for a mere 2,000 gil. Whenever you feel like a change, Jandalane is your man. So there you go, Jandalane. For those of you who love the fashion side of this game, that is how you unlock him. Personally, I'm not sure I'm going to let him anywhere near me with a pair of scissors because he's a bit scary. I'd much rather go and run Sestasha again. I mean, at least you can punch those monsters, right? Batteron. Speaking of Sestasha, Aye, such a task was on the books. Was, mind. I'm afraid that ship has already sailed, my friend. Uh-oh. Ah, might you be the adventurer who accepted the job of investigating Sestasha? Oh, you know what we didn't do? Oh, man. Anyway, it would seem that ship has not only sailed, but now returns to harbour, none the worse for its voyage. A pity. We dragged our boots too long on this one. No matter. The wheel will turn and our chance will come. You're right, but there is still no rest till we have attained our lofty goal. Our goal, lofty though it may be. Not a wink of sleep, great leader. Our aim, lest you wonder, is to perform such feats of heroism as will earn us a place in the songs of every alehouse in Eorzea. We mean to write a legend which will inspire adventurers as yet unborn to follow our shining example. Do you have such a goal? Large or small, it matters not. Only have a star to reach for, and you will reach higher. Purpose can sustain you through times of hardship. Keep your eye on the prize, and all obstacles will be overcome in time. You will not think to stride into battle unclad, would you? Well, such goals are as arms and armour for the spirit. I wish you fortune in your endeavours, my lady. Well, well. Back then, are ye? With all your limbs and a tale to tell, I'll wager. Well, yes. Fishbacks. And there I was, thinking you'd only have to crack a pirate skull or three. 7 hells, you turned your back for 5 bloody minutes, and the scaly bastards have set up shop on your bleeding doorstep. Still, sounds like you left 'em in pieces, so I don't suppose they'll be carrying out whatever mischief they was planning. Unless they was planning on feeding themselves to the fauna of Sestasha, of course. Any road, all's well that ends well. On behalf of Limsa, I thank you for shedding some light on this mystery. You've lived up to your reputation, and I couldn't ask for no more than that. Now, I'll bet you're dying for a rest, but just in case you're not, I was wondering if you might be interested in taking on another job. It just so happens that I've had a request from our sister guild in Gridania, see? Seems like the forest folk are in need of a venturer what can get things done. For them to ask for help like this, you can bet the task won't be no skip through a sunny glade. But after the way you dealt with our fishbacks infestation, I doubt it's anything you can't handle. Give us a shout when you're ready and I'll lay it out for you. It's probably pirates. Boom. Party Finder unlocked. All right, next one, Call of the Forest. Let's get started. We'll do a few more. I'm going to run for probably another 15-20 minutes. We'll see if we can get this next one done. Call of the Forest. Baderon has information on a new task. Ready to hear about that job then? Like I said, the request comes from our sister guild in Gridania. And that's all I know. But whatever it is you get asked to do, I somehow doubt it'd pose any trouble for a adventurer who has survived the bedlam in Sestasha. If you think you might be interested, you want to have words with Mother Miyun, me counterpart in Gridania. Good luck, lass. Rightio, Mother Miyun it is. Let us grab our return then, and return to New Gridania. It's cheaper than, taking the Etherites or the airship. Okida. And I think a run through whatever's next will help. Mother Miyun. Oh, all right. I'll just run down the hill. We could teleport to the airship landing and run up the stairs, but stairs, hills, much the same thing, really. Now, did we pick up the sightseeing log here? We did. Radio. Well, it's easy to check. Let's just jump into our logs. We didn't. Right, but it's not a quest we've got yet. Let's have a look. No. Right. Mother Miyun. Take a seat wherever you like, friend. Our waitress will come to take your... Oh, it's you, Mistwalker. 'Tis so good to see you again. What's that? Here at Baderon's suggestion, you say? The foul-mouthed rogue sends me word that an adventurer might be along for the job, and it turns out to be you. Well, this makes things a lot easier, doesn't it? With regard to the task in question, there's a fair bit to tell. Let me know when you're ready to hear the details, and I shall brief you. All right, let's go. Well, well, Mother Mune. Fire in the gloom. Mother Mune is waiting to brief you on your task. Ready for that briefing? Good. Now, here's the long and short of it. Beg, beg pardons for interrupting, Mune, but our need grows ever more pressing. If none step forward, Annie, good morrow to you too, Bowlord. Your need must be pressing indeed for you to honour us with a visit. The good news is your journey hasn't been wasted. I'm pleased to report that we have a volunteer at last, and one who comes highly recommended at that. Well, if it isn't our very own woman for all seasons, you certainly have a knack for appearing when you're most needed, Mistwalker. My thanks for answering the call. Now, time is of the essence, so I shall proceed directly to the heart of the matter. We wish for you to nip a potential threat to Gridania in the bud. Beneath the central shroud there lies an underground burial site called the Tantara Deepcroft. The place was once a Gelmoran settlement, but we Gridanians have long interred our dead there. Of late, however, shadowy figures have been seen skulking about the Deepcroft, and with ever-increasing regularity. Based on the accounts of various witnesses, we suspect that these individuals belong to the Lambs of Dalamud, a doomsday cult which sprung up prior to the calamity. These zealots have proven themselves dangerous in the past, and we leave them to their own devices at our peril. Ordinarily, I would have dispatched my best men to scour the Deepcroft with orders to flush the cultists out. Alas, the calamity decimated our ranks, and the limited forces at my disposal are constantly required to keep the Ixal at bay. Since we thwarted their attack on the Guardian Tree, the Birdmen have not allowed us a moment's respite. They have probed every ilm of our defences in search of a weakness, compelling me to spread our forces far more thinly than I would like. The situation so being, we have no choice but to entrust the task of dealing with the Lambs of Dalamud to others. Can we rely on you to handle this matter, Mistwalker? You have my gratitude. Once you've seen to your preparations, pray make your way to the Deepcroft, and identify yourself to the guard posted at the entrance. He will apprise you of the latest developments. That is all. Be careful out there, you hear? May the crystal guide you and keep you. Very well. Tantara Deepcroft, you say? Well, Bent Branch Meadows, say I. But it'll be easier to confirm if we do it this way. We could have just, yes, taken the gate and run across. It would have saved us a few gil. But we get paid plenty, so it's okay. Tantara Deepcroft. There's no shortcutting it. We have to go for another run. And away we go. This way. I know I went the wrong direction for a minute. I think I went in the wrong direction. Yeah, we did. There we go. Alright, is that a fate? Oh, we're not touching that thing. Well, because I don't think I can beat it, is why. We do need some more gear, though, so I'm hoping we might get some in Tantara. Maybe. See the little arrow up on our mini-map? We'll just swing to the left. Head on down. The aggro Rosalites here are not a high enough level to take us on, so we get some peace and respite. Or respite, however you want to say it. And we head on down this way. And even the... Okay, Isildur and Elian. This is what I missed at the end of the last... at the beginning of Sestasha. There are adventurers out the front of Sestasha, okay? Just as there are the adventurers out the front of Tamtara Deepcroft. And the ones out the front of Sestasha become quite important in the end for points of reference. I'm half tempted to go back all the way just so you can see them, but I'm going to advise you to go talk to them because they do vanish. We're going to talk to Isildur and Alian. Oh, child's curiosity prompted me to commit the most elementary of blunders. Were it not for the fruit that Eliane found, my adventures may well have ended in this forbidding place. Always look before you leap. In my haste, this most fundamental rule of adventuring slipped my mind. I do believe I shall rest here for a while. I shudder to think what might have happened to Isildur had I not thought to pick the fruit I stumbled across on the way here. Sometimes he has too much vigor for his own good. Age is supposed to mellow us, but if anything, it has made him more impetuous. I understand his desire to make use of the time left to him, but one misstep and there won't be any. Oh, look who we've got here, Dolores Bear. So we meet again. I cannot say I'm surprised to see you here. You took the prize back in Limsa, but this time we'll give you better sport, or I am no true adventurer. Gods, I hate mausoleums. It's not right to disturb the dead in their slumber. Think of our goal, sister. One day our adventures will be the stuff of song and it will all be worth it. I love those three. All right, let's head on inside and get this quest done. And if we do have a wait, I think what we'll do is we'll head back to Aleport and we'll head up and see if those other adventurers are still there. You're Mistwalker Lunara, I take it. Thanks for helping us out, friend. No doubt the Bow Lord has already informed you, but your task is to enter the Deepcroft and purge it of the lambs of Dalamud. In case you're unfamiliar with them, the cult emerged shortly before the Calamity, put an end to the Sixth Astral Era. The cultists took the Lesser Moon Dalamud for their god, believing that it would deliver them from their devastation. And so they were rather disappointed when Dalamud exploded into 1,000 flaming pieces before it could complete its descent. Now, having seen their god turn to ash, one would think that the cultists might feel moved to question their faith. On the contrary, it served only to stoke the flames of their fanaticism. The lambs of Dalamud are convinced that heretics, that is to say, everyone but them, interfered with the coming of their Lord and Saviour, and that it's now their sacred duty to avenge him. Whatever it is they're doing in the Deepcroft, you may be sure that no good will come of it. For the sake of Gridania and Eorzea at large, put an end to their madness. The Tamtara Deepcroft is now accessible. A new regular duty has been added to Duty Finder. Let's go, party of other players. Clear the selection or you'll end up in Sestasha again. Make sure you select your Tamtara Deepcroft. Have a look at your duty roulette, which is now unlocked. When using the duty roulette, you'll be assigned a random duty from among those you've unlocked. In return for leaving your destination in the hands of fate, you will receive enhanced rewards. Furthermore, should you happen to be an adventurer in need, that is to say your role is in short supply, you will receive an additional bonus. Okay, so what they're talking about is this. This is now unlocked, duty roulette. If we click on it, we're going to unclick that in a minute. Goodness me. You will find that it gives you your leveling, and if you are the adventurer in need, you will have an increased reward. They need some DPS in here. That's probably not surprising. Must be a lot of us healers roaming about. Let's clear our selection, head on into the Tamtara Deepcroft, and join that. Not sure how we'll go today. So let's head on over to Aleport, and I'll see if these other adventurers are still there because it's kind of important for the story later on. Not that it matters if you miss it, but it's just like seeing them there and seeing them later makes a lot of sense. Let's see if we can get it done. Less than 5 minutes. Last time it said that we waited nearly 20, so... But it is later in the morning, so maybe we'll have better luck. I don't know if they'll still be here. I'll be a bit disappointed if they're not, but... Yeah, no, we did miss them. Alright, so when you guys run this for the first time, and they're only here for the first time, just keep an eye out for a group of adventurers here, and you'll get a bit of an insight into some of the events that happen later, particularly the ones, yeah, that we'll see. Oh, that's all right. It must vanish once you accept the Tamtara Deep Prof one, or once you complete Sestasha. I'm not sure which. That's okay. All right, where are we going? We're going to go and do our hunting log. I think we need to go to the Hawthorn Hut for that. Let's do the Conjurer's hunting log while we wait. Okay. What was next? Actually, we don't need to really worry about what was next. What we saw. Okay, there's the stump. We need some giant gnats. They're on our list. Let's destroy a couple of those. So we need to do 3 as a conjurer. And looks like there's some more boring weevils over here as well. So we'll get those done too. I think we've got 2 more of them to go. I am actually just targeting on the name because they're really hard to see. This is level 2 of our hunting log. Once we get to level 3, we'll have more targets outside of Bredania. Whoops. And we'll grab that one. Boom, that one's done. Now, I also saw some hunting log targets. So we've got the log where the big gnat normally appears, but up above here, there's the fate, I think, with the... Let's get that done. We'll join that, and then we'll go and get these other targets, which are up in that area there. So this fate often runs. So it's we just grab it, 6 minutes 28. I know, I'm feeling my oats. Looks like they've already taken out the wood whalers. So we're on our own. Wind is still running, so arrow is still going. Gonna get rid of that status effect because it makes life awkward. Don't attack the lemur, for goodness sake. Then we'll just take out these as fast as we can, try and get it done in under the time. That was obliging of it, almost. Oops, that might have been a bit foolhardy. Volunteer, you say? Nice. Sooner. So basically you get a status effect up, and next time we get it, we'll see if we can, oops, wrong button. We'll see if we can tell you what it does. Dead. Should be the last one. Yeah. So what you're aiming for is the gold medal, because that you need to get the highest score possible with your fate. Is that Larry? Lazy for you. Yeah, we're not doing that one either. Because I get mulched every time, basically. I need help for that one. So these guys, I like to kite them out so you don't end up facing all of them, but they're level 28 and we're level 30, so that does mean that we've got a bit of a chance if we do it. Alright, well, fine. There's still a small chance they'll attack us because they're a little bit aggro. Now. So there are 3 kinds of poachers: boar, raptor, and wolf poachers, and each of your jobs will have a different thing. So we're rapidly leveling because we're doing our hunting log. What's next? Okay, Mandragora and Churn Beaters. Alright, Mandragora because we're still here, and then we'll head back into South Shroud. Now, the Mandragora usually aren't far away from the Fungwa, I thought. Oh, actually, they might be. They might be on the other. They usually appear around where carry-on baggage is, which means they're over this way. So they're up here in the honey yard. There we go. We got this. No. I really like just the atmosphere in this game. Yeah, you've got your soaring forests and your very overgrown area. Looks like carry-on baggage might actually be running. Yeah, 1 minute 30. We're not going to get anywhere with it. We'll stay out of that. I can do without disappointed game noises. What we're here for are these. So if you have a look at your map, you've got the honey yard where the buildings are. So if I just pivot this way, you'll see them. Over. Okay, sorry, the goblins. These are the goblins that we didn't hunt in this area. The honey yard, there should be the buildings where we met Wolfview over there. And over here are the Mandragora. Tough little wombats. I know, for a healer we're doing an awful large amount of violence, aren't we? Oh my goodness, but we are also helping the forest that's being overrun by critters. That's that one done. 7 minutes, and we've been waiting for 10. Yeah, we need one more, so we need to go to South Shroud again. Churn Beaters are next to Buscaron's Druthers. Let's teleport over to Quarry Mill. It's really quiet today. Normally I don't have to wait this long. And it hasn't been that long. It's only been 10 minutes, so. Alrighty. That way. Looks like kicking it with the Ked traps is on again. So we might jump into that on the way through. Level sync. 13 minutes. We've got the full time for this one. So all we're doing is leveling. Using the challenge log and using fates. Getting our vengeance on the aggro plants, that's what we're doing. So it's just a matter of accepting that while your damage over time is going to kill the plant, just how much damage that you can take from it. It's still going to do you damage while it happens. But if you're in a hurry, you can have more than one thing running at once. Do one more on that. Should be just one more. And we're done. 3000 XP at this level. It's not much. It's nothing to sneeze at. It's like it's a good bump to our skills. Oh, you again. You're my nemesis. But not for long. I'm going to turn you into plant sushi. Oops, is there such a thing? It might help if I actually hit the right button. Here we go. Bit of rock instead of a bit of arrow. There it goes. So you'll notice as we level up, we start getting less XP per monster killed. That's pretty good. It just encourages you to hunt monsters closer to your level, is what it's aimed at doing. So what we're doing, we're going to go get some Chikern egg beaters. No. Wait. Chikern beaters, not egg beaters, my bad. Let's unlock the Chocobo Keep here, that's going to help. I wonder if this one goes to, no, it only goes to Quarry Mill. Alright, I was kind of hoping it went to the Tranquil, the other teleport point in here. We might, while we're down here, actually unlock that so that it's unlocked as well. Kind of the same principle as unlocking city-states, only for a region. We are Chikern beaters. Where are they on the map, you ask? Buscaron's Druthers is here, and the Chikern beaters are just up in here near the link to Central Shroud. Let's go get them. Aggro little budgies. They should technically leave us alone because they are like 10 levels below us, but not when you smack them in the back of the head with a gust of wind. They tend to get a little bit upset about that sort of behavior. There we go. You're next. Alright, we've done an entire difficulty level, so we got 20,000 for the level we're on and 118,000 for the difficulty level. Let's run down to Camp Tranquil, because that way we can unlock the second Etherite in this region, which will make our lives easier later on. And we'll also unlock the Chocobo there as well, because we can, and it's there, etc. I know, it's just going to take us a little bit to get there. Hunting log difficulty rank 3 is unlocked. What's that while we jog? Stone shells, diseased tree ants, that's in East Shroud again. Lead goblins, right. Western Thanlan. South Shroud on the upper paths. Wait, that's where we are. There should be a cave. Yep. Just up here. There's a cave and a river. I just find the cave more convenient. There's less other monsters around that are likely to take interest in what you're doing and attack you because you're at the right level to be attacked. How many of these? 3. Let's go. Alright, that's 3 of those. We're done. Let's go. With the 6,000 XP for that. So we're level 31 and climbing. We could go and do our last Conjurer's quest and the quest that leads us into White Mage. Looks like Duty Finder might not pop today, so we might... And these are the aggro budgies I was hoping to avoid. Let's just go this way. Grab that thing. Oh, that's not the thing I was hoping for. Switch target. We'll let the Wood Whaler deal with the Hoverfly Swarm until I've dealt with this Condor. Whoops. And I might want to turn the Condor away from the Wood Whaler so we don't get him murdered. I suppose he's going to lend us a hand. No, he's not. He's going to let us learn our lesson. Picking on things our own level. And then picking on more than one of them. That's the one we want. Whoop. We'll take that out. I won't just leave that one for the wind. It's a little bit tough. Refresh our arrow. Man, these things hit like little tanks. There we go. All right. We'll just go down to Camp Tranquil, she said. It'll be easy, she said. I know. What's that all about? All right. I'm going to call it and say that Tamtara Decroft probably isn't going to pop very soon. I mean, we'll give it until we've unlocked our Chocobo Keep. There we go. Hi. Well met, traveller. Might I interest you in a Chocobo Porter? Do not tell me this is your first visit. It is indeed. Now, we can get to Gridania, Buscaron's Druthers, and Quarrymel. Alright. Let's unlock this Ethernet shard. I suppose we can unlock the Lev. Although I like to do it when I'm a good deal higher than the Lev itself. But let's go see what he's got to offer. Let's get that done. Okay. Merthelin, the Lev met at Camp Tranquil, seeks a capable adventurer to undertake one of his many tasks. Now, this is level 30 gear, so we really can't sneeze at that, I reckon. Let's see if we can get some of that on. Looking for a spot of work? Then you've come to the right place. I'm Merthelin, a representative of the Adventurers Guild. As the Levmet stationed here in Camp Tranquil, I'm responsible for assigning various tasks that come in from the beleaguered locals. Quite a number of these tasks can entail a significant degree of danger, however. If I'm to set you loose on my Levs with a clear conscience, I must first be convinced of your capacity to surmount the challenges you're likely to encounter. Hey, how you doing too, Lucky? I'm just about to finish up, but I figured I'd unlock these Levs before I went. And while we're waiting for the Tamtara Deepcroft to pop. I'm just going to drop what we're doing in chat, so unlocking Camp Tranquil Lev so that people know where we're up to. But it's nice to see you. How's your day been? How about we start you off with a Lev of my choosing and see how you get on? Let's try this one, shall we? Where the fur's at? After the lengthy interrogation of a recently captured Curlclaw member, the Wood Whalers have discovered the precise location of several stockpiles of prohibited furs. As there is a countless number of these hidden stashes, the whalers are currently enlisting the aid of able-bodied adventurers to not only retrieve the contraband, but also see to the handling of any poachers who may attempt to protect it. Well, I guess we're accepting that one. Excellent. Pray be aware that while you are retrieving the furs, you may encounter the poachers themselves. I suggest you arm yourself for battle. Good fortune to you, adventurer, and I hope to receive word of your success in the very near future. Rightio. As we've noted before, the little green circle for the Lev has popped up because the Lev is in our duty list. If it's not, you'll need to go and mark it in your journal so it appears in your journey list and you can find it easily. Once we get into the little green circle, we will pop our Lev and see how we go. Ready? Grab the job where the fur's at. We're playing chicken with Duty Finder. So we'll see if we manage to finish it or if we get interrupted. Levs of Camp Tranquil was not what we meant to do. We meant to actually grab where the fur's at. Initiate that thing. Go OK. Ooh, we're at the recommended level +1. It's a first for today. Starting to actually do things at our level for a change. I'm not sure I can handle that. Let's grab this nasty pasty here. First time I did this, I went and unlocked all of the enemies and got myself merrily slaughtered. Mind you, I also upset the local wildlife, which didn't help. One down. Where's the next one? Alright, whenever you do a lev like this, you'll notice several other little green circles will pop up once you've activated it. And that will show you where the various points of the lev are to be found. Let's go find this poached hide. And we'll get this done. Oh, you're good. Excellent. Oops. I'm still going too early on the recast. Comes with practice. I think I'd have enough practice on it by now. This is 3. How many do we need to get? 5. I know if we leave the area, like to go into a dungeon, we'll have to start again and re-challenge the lev. Ow. Rude. What are you doing? Stabbing me, but look at it. We'll heal in a minute. Let's go for a sprint. Alright, one at a time. Unless one of them doesn't pop a poacher. Right, let's grab that one then. Right, that was good. Let's return back to the lev met. I'm too lazy to run up the stairs, so we're going to get the lev met to drag us back. Bravo, madam. I had a feeling you'd do well from the moment we met, and though this was but a trial, you earned your reward nonetheless. A bonus has been awarded based on difficulty and on speed of completion. Awesome, and this is more what the rewards are like when you're actually doing something close to your level instead of well below it. I must say, I was rather impressed with your results. Supper time? What do you have? Sorry. Enjoy your supper, Too Lucky. Have a really good evening. Alrighty, let's grab these. We'll grab our new reward. And I think, guys, on that note, we're going to head on out. Thanks for joining me. And enjoy your evening. Yeah, let's go. We're going to head on out for the day. I've been streaming for about 3.5 hours, so definitely time for me to finish up and move into the next thing. But enjoy your week. I'll see you back in 4 days' time for more Final Fantasy, and I'll see you back in 2 days' time for any Elder Scrolls Online that you might like. We're going to grab this duty finder, withdraw from that, and head. Take care.